Hello everyone, happy Wednesday. It is time for ALR. We are here tonight for Cobalt, and it is the fourth and final day of this relentless, unbearable sweatbox, which is Singapore. It's a brutal Grand Prix. I'd say it's the most toughest one on all of the ALR calendar these days. It would have been Malaysia, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, ALR has never raced to Malaysia, which I think is absolutely a travesty. Hopefully, if we do get a classic Grand Prix or two in the next couple of years in ALR, then of course that will be one race which I'll be keen as a bean to throw on the calendar. I would certainly love to see that, but yeah, hopefully. Well, hopefully, if I ever get my wish, that'll be absolutely magnificent one there. Of course, I would love to see. I'm looking forward to the likes of seeing Portimao on the calendar as well, and Imola as well. Looking forward to that one. Of course, they've amended the track, haven't they, over the last couple of seasons? Well, especially the last time the F1 was actually on the calendar was the last time it was on the F1 calendar was back in 2006, wasn't it? The last time it was on a Formula One game, and they had the final chicane, didn't we? A bit Mickey Mousey. Well, unfortunately, Hackman found it very Mickey Mousey as he crashed out, didn't he, in the 1999 San Marino Grand Prix. It is not called San Marino anymore, but I'm going to call it San Marino because there we go. That is just me. I am old and I don't like change. But let's see what these drivers can do tonight then. And out of the pits, first out is Boki Volcano. He's only first in the comments, but he's also first on the racetrack as well. Dylan is second. Nunda is just called us all kids, and Ayrton is giving me a dab as well. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream then. Of course, it's a 3.1 mile long circuit, 5 kilometers long, 23 turns around this course, and the lap record is set by Kevin Magnussen back in 2018 as well, which is a very unusual lap record, isn't it? Cobalt has never raced around here, so we have got no lap records at all then. So the drivers are going to be making history tonight, as this is the fifth Grand Prix in Cobalt history then as well. That reminds me, let's go through the drivers and the constructor standings, shall we? Dylan says evening. Good evening, Dylan. As of course Dylan, oh goodness me, I had second position last night, but it was Leclerc taking victory, and I gotta say, and you're just having a recap on bronze last night, I gotta say that was fantastic, wasn't it, from Leclerc? With all the trials and tribulations, he still came through and won that race by just a whisker, didn't he, from Dylan? It was a great Grand Prix, wasn't it? I absolutely enjoyed watching it back. It was great stuff indeed then. Yeah, good stuff. It was action-packed, wasn't it, in bronze then? I don't think there was any safety cars, was it? I can't remember, to be honest, because even though I raced in it, it was I think it was a bit of a lonely old race for me. But there you go. Lonely is better for me, because when I'm next to people, anarchy pursues. Right, let's go for the drivers and the constructors then, shall we? Because I've had enough about that. Right then. It is Joseph, not Jose, as I found out in the interviews last week, and of course the admins showed their disapproval of me as well. So Joseph is in the championship. Hopefully I'll get his name right, and hopefully that won't put any won't give him a jinx then going on for the rest of the season. But he leads the championship after a very strong start there for Joseph. Really impressive indeed. You Mad Bro is very consistent. He is second at the moment. 1 point separates himself in Jose. Starburst, unfortunately, very unlucky about the Italian Grand Prix, his first DNF of his career and the season as well. He is now 22 points behind You Mad Bro, 23 points behind Starburst. Irvine has moved himself up into fourth position. Brooksy, who returns to action tonight, has dropped down one position. He is down into fifth bed. Sixth position, ZGS had a great performance last night for ZGS. He's moved up 4 positions, and Righty's also moved up 4. He's now up to 10th. Cosmo up 2. Kaz up 3 as well. Great 7D. Liam D also moving up 3 positions as well after scoring his first points of his career as well, as Bulky is coming out of turn 9 then. In the constructor standings, it's the Racing Point team leading the constructors by 22 points there from the Alfa Romeo team that is in second at the moment. Third position is the Williams team with AlphaTauri in fourth. Alfa Romeo just got past both those two teams last time out then, and it is 21 points separates Alfa Romeo Williams, and 5 points separates the AlphaTauri and the Williams team. Renault is status quo there in fifth position still, with Red Bull in sixth. McLaren and Red Bull separated by a point then, so I gotta say, it's gonna get very heated in that battle, isn't it? Ferrari in 8th position, Mercedes in 9th, Haas have yet to go off the market in 10th position. Unfortunately, remember the joint constructors comes out later on tonight as well. I haven't got the spreadsheet up for that because I'm very annoyed organised. As you probably tell with the stream tonight, is also about 2 minutes behind there. I blame the Twitter, what's it, the tweeting Twitter, I don't know. All I know is that there's a lot of tweeting going on. Yes, I blame the Twitterer and also the Instagrammer and the Facebooker as well. Then the social media guy needs to get his backside into gear, didn't he? Bulky does a 39.339, and to set us off then, Hammer time has gone at second fast in the Red Bull. He's done a 36.9. Very good times there from the two Red Bull drivers, and Cosmo in third position. But just like I say, that starburst there really burst my bubble, and he is now in fastest so far on a 35.9. These times are fantastic right from the get-go. My goodness me, I was expecting them to Iron Knight's coming out of the pits then. I thought he was spinning then. I was expecting them to have like a couple of laps there to really get themselves into the swing of things. Well, they don't need that at all, do they? Goodness gracious me. And look at the I gotta say, look at the rake on that Alfa Romeo. Impressive, isn't it? Umad Goodbro goes into second fastest then. Righty into fifth as well, as he was giving Folksy a bit of bantering, wasn't he, earlier on then? Unfortunately Folksy is not yet to go off the mark now, as Righty has got off the mark there, and he is that's why he's moved up to the top 10 in the championship. I'm sure, unfortunately, folks, is not here tonight. So we have got Fillon then, who is joining in now. Is that Dean Fillon? I think his name is. I apologise if I said it wrong. As he is making his debut here tonight as well. So we'll keep an eye on Fillon. I do like it when we get newer drivers in. It really inspires me, doesn't it? Well, it really inspires me, I think, to really keep an eye. Lovely helmet up, by the way, from Joseph. Great stuff indeed. Then out of the final turn, third fastest in the racing point, car 22. And is that going to see him safely through? Well, it's way too early to tell, I would say. Well, it might not be for you guys at home, but it certainly is for me then. As Righty is 8th fastest run in, as Fillon has just gone up into third fastest there, 10th for a second away. Then the debutant is really impressive times indeed, right from the get-go. Duncan's out there as well. Here comes Gaz then, also the turn 22 and 3, coming out of the final turn. He goes 10th fastest there. He is the Sosa time runners thus far. That Red Bull is going for a second by the cherry. That's Cosmo then, so he's done a slow lap and he's going for it again. Cosmo is that interesting stuff, and let's see how that works out, shall we? We got Duncan there into turn 7 as well. Now we've got Winnie going over the Anderson Bridge as well. Nunda says this is the best street circuit, 100%. 100% then. Sorry, I got distracted because I seen Winnie went a bit wide there, and I looked up and I was trying to work out what was going on. I don't even know where I was. Nunda saying that this is the best race, the best street circuit on the calendar then. That's a very bold claim to make, isn't it? Well, I can't say I'm going to... Oh my goodness me! Just as we were talking about it, and Fillon now has got a 5-place grid penalty with an incident with himself and Kaz. Oh goodness gracious me! And that is not a good start. He's also damaged the McLaren as well. Oh dear, oh dear, and Dean Fillon. For some reason, I keep going to call him Mike Fillon there as well. And I'm not sure if there's a bit of lag going on there for Fillon, but that's a huge problem there. And Picasso, who has been magnificent as in the last couple of races. Unfortunately, he still hasn't scored a point, has he? I can't believe I'm saying that, but Picasso has been absolutely magnificent, hasn't he? He's second fast at the moment, Picasso is. Irvine is just coming into the final sector as well. Iron Knight is coming down at Raffles and Boulevard as well, so we're going to stick with Irvine for the minute. I love saying Irvine, by the way. It makes me feel like a proper, goodness me, it makes me feel very old school-esque there as well. Of course, he's got the same car and the same number as Knowlesy, who is driving in for gold, isn't he? So very much mistaken identity, perhaps, but he doesn't he doesn't have the same helmet. Oh, and he's done a spin there, and he luckily keeps out of all there. Very good control, sir. Unfortunately, that's this lap, and the next lap is invalidated there, and I've just missed Iron Knight then, who goes full fast then, but Irvine is unfortunately, oh dear, unfortunately, he's had a bit issue then with the start of his lap then, hasn't he? So he's going to have to, is he going to come back into the pit? I think he's somehow got back in the pits, has he? Oh, no, he hasn't. I was looking at someone else. No, there you go. I was going to be very impressed. I was like, how did he get back in the pits now? Of course, you can now drive a wrong way around the circuit, which is probably one of the most obvious things that I have ever said on the commentary career. Oh, goodness me, cars are getting a bit wobbly going over the Anderson Bridge. So, yes, of course, you're allowed to drive the wrong way in the race circuit. Of course, the one that really gets you disqualified quite quickly is reversing down the pit lane. That is one rule that you are not allowed to do, and I think that rule is basically stood the test of Formula One, I think, and that's very unusual for everyone to have a rule that long, isn't it? Because they seem to change the rules every almost every season. Goodness me, it's very hard to keep up. Here's Kaz, and he had a great Italian Grand Prix, didn't he? Really flown the flag with pride, didn't he? In the Ferrari, in the Scuderia, the home of the Ferrari team. Then, of course, excuse me, of course. Next season, Ferrari will have 2 home tracks. They will also have the Imola Grand Prix, the San Marino Grand Prix as well, or Imola, I should say then. As I can't say the Grand Prix name at the moment because, because I can't, because I haven't got the brain capacity. Right, going back to Nunda's comment about the best street track. I'd like to hear your opinions on the best street track, and I hope you've probably already given me your opinions because I've been waffling away. We got Gio is 9th, not an achievement, and of course I'll be happy with 9th, to be honest, because that gets you some points. Equal saying good luck, Cobalt. Mr. Bronze, hope it was gold, hope it was a good one. It was indeed there. Of course, if you want to go back and watch it, then I suggest you do, because Leclerc was absolutely on fire as well. And it was great. It was great play-by-play commentary from the Hiltons, wasn't it? With Emerson and Ayrton. I've really, I've got to say, they really complement each other, don't they? Really do indeed. Ayrton gets very excitable, whilst Emerson is as cool as a cucumber, isn't he? So good stuff indeed then from both of them. And I got to say, I really enjoy listening to their thoughts, really, as Brooksy goes fastest and 2/10 in front of Starburst. So of course, that's a very good watch indeed, because you also learn bits and bobs then about what a driver thinks during the Grand Prix, which is quite important, really, because you don't hear anything of that from me, do you? Serious Russian saying, evening, good evening all, good luck from Cobalt. We've also got Nuna saying that's it's better than Monaco, and you can't really say Canada's a street track then. Yeah, you can't really, can you? Of course, there's a man-made oil in the Montreal Grand Prix. Unfortunately, Canada's been knocked off the calendar again, hasn't it, for a second season in a row. But luckily for us, we get Turkey back, and that was a doozer of a Grand Prix last season, wasn't it? Of course, and we're on board with one of the cars that was on pole position, wasn't it? Which was Lance Stroll. He's not too bad in the wet, is he? Of course, Lance Stroll usually was public enemy number 1 in the F1 fans world, but now we got another new public enemy number 1. It's Mazepin, or is it Mazepin? I don't really know. As Irfan now just coming through the turn 16 and 17 as well. So Irfan unfortunately spun it, didn't he, out of turn 23 last time around then, so hopefully he can have a clean lap then and get himself on the board then. Gaz at the moment is going to be looking over his shoulder then. We've also got Scooby Stew, Styles and Liam, who haven't set a time just yet either. Irvine's gone 10th fastest then. I think that was a very, I think that might have been a very measured lap there, as Gaz there, who is just on that lap for the moment. And so is Liam D as well. 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session then. So Styles is going to be the first driver to set a time out those drivers then, as Dean's in interest then. At least you can overtake here then, as we got Emil saying Picasso with COVID is a better driver than without. Lovely stuff indeed then. Oh yes, and of course Picasso, who's actually in third place at the moment, and then you should have and could have got some major points in the Italian Grand Prix. And I think that we have spoke about this, haven't we, since his first race, but he's really getting better and better, isn't he, Picasso is, and he's a talented young driver, isn't he? So really looking forward to seeing what he can do over the remainder of the season. Nuna saying Lewis Dillon has a 10-second penalty for qualifying infringements. And Gunnar, evening, good luck at Cobalt then, as Gunnar, your legend there from Serious Russia as well. I prefer not to speak Nunda, as oh goodness me then, as I think I've missed something there. Monaco's the best street track, and hello then, it's flu season and I'm even down with it as well. Singapore is better than Monaco, at least you can overtake, to be honest then. Nuna saying I hate Monaco with a passion, no setup, but ever works there. Yeah, it's well, to be honest, the street tracks, what would you class as a street track really? That's probably the beginning of the debate, isn't it? I would say well, you've obviously got to say this one, Monaco as well. Vietnam, to say we like Vietnam? Well, unfortunately for us, there's not going to be Vietnam anymore. So unfortunately for Cobalt, they're never going to be racing around Vietnam. This is the last time on a Formula 1 Grand Prix for the foreseeable future anyway, that Vietnam will not be on the ALR calendar. So next season then Vietnam will be dropped, as we'll be going to the classics like Imola, and also going to Saudi Arabia as well, which track looks interesting, doesn't it? And also also Portimao as well, which we're actually here at the weekend on on Sunday, haven't we? Sorry, for the weekend of Formula One. The other street track on the calendar, as Styles coming out of the final turn then, and Styles goes 13th faster than the Haas car. Now Haas haven't got any points yet, and I think Styles has been very unlucky as well, as Righty has had some major issues there, and goodness me, he's had a major problem there. He's out over the Anderson Bridge, and Righty, who was through into qualifying two at this currently state of affairs, is not anymore. He is out over the Anderson Bridge then, and that is a shame, isn't it? There's Liam there burning rubber down the exit there. Scooby Stu has just gone into sounding faster than the Mercedes, and we're just watching Liam D, who got his first points of his career in ALR last month. That back end is looking very waggy, isn't it? To say the least said. As Emios asks, Sean, how many laps are there? I think that there is 31, my good man. Oh, goodness me, Liam D has invalidated his time now. So, and he's also hit the barrier as well. And Liam D then is that's not the best part of racing we've seen from Liam D this season. He's invalidated his time. He's damaged his wing. He's got 20 seconds and 2 minutes to sort that out. But I don't think it's enough time. 31 laps around here. Serious Russian saying Azerbaijan is the best street circuit. I really love watching Azerbaijan on TV. I hate driving it. I don't know what it is, especially the final sector on worn tyres. It really gives me the heebie-jeebies. I really get absolutely tense. I get very tense indeed then. Almost as tense as when I stand next to salad bars. So yes, I've got to say I'm not really a fan of Azerbaijan, but I love watching it on TV. So good stuff, Fed. We have Nude also saying Azerbaijan as well. And as this lap eats at tyres unlike Monaco there, Nunda saying. And we have also got, for me, Gorda saying for me, it is Monaco, Baku, then at Singapore in that order then. Dylan saying not the castle section there. So unfortunately, I don't think Leclerc likes that castle section either, does he? And not a lot of other drivers do. I think Perez had a big old smash there. I remember, I think it was it practice one, wasn't it? Where Perez crashed, because I remember that, because that was the first time that the Racing Point had the Racing Point drivers had their pink overalls on, didn't they? 2017, wasn't it? Perhaps, I think that was the first year. It was 2017, I think it was. Then where Perez unfortunately crashed there, didn't he? ZGS there has got 1 minute to sort that time out. He is the slowest of the car so far. Boki is out of qualifying, and that is a shame now for Boki. Liam D could also be out as well, I feel. He's got time for one more lap, but he abandons it. He comes into the pits there. Liam D is out of qualifying. He's going to be a bit disappointed at that one, but Scooby Stu's a 10th a second down the first split time now. It's a hard track, isn't it, to really get your eye in, isn't it? Here's just the Mercedes and just going underneath me as well. Bogus saying my setup is a race setup, so it'll be better in the race then. As goodness me, then, as Nuda says, stop bringing out the excuse there. We've got I've got Formula Moments and Slayer saying, shout out to Sean for getting points yesterday. Bulk is retired from the session now. Yes, thank you. Yes, I did get points there. I got to say, the reason why I got points is because I was just driving around quite slow, to be fair. And it was lucky that everyone else crashed, to be honest, because there was a lot of shenanigans going on, wasn't there? And I really just reversed into that sixth position there. But there you go. I'm not going to complain too much. You man, bro, has gone faster. He's done a 35.6 there. Track conditions have improved slightly then, but that is going to really, that's really definitely whetting my appetite there to see Brooksy and you man bro go head to head for pole position. You can't discount out Starbust either. Unfortunately, I have to discount out Dean at Fillon there, as unfortunately he's got a 5 place grid penalty right from the get-go here, which is absolutely devastating on his debut here in ALR. That's not the good start at all, is it? Scooby Stew is still in the drop zone. He is down in 16th position mode, and Kaz is now going for broke. Then it's all or nothing. ZGS is 8/10 of a second down, and he's abandoned his time, and he's coming back into the pits, is he? He's kind of in no man's land there. I think he is coming back into the pits there. And so just watching Kaz coming down the back straight as well. We've got Scooby Stew. Is he going for another time run? That'll be 4 laps on those soft compound tyres then. On those soft compound tyres, Nunda saying they should show more of Sean. Sean, his laps are smooth. That's because I'm not going fast. That's why. So we're just watching Kaz underneath me as well. Good stuff indeed. Then we've got James Chatham saying, Taha Bulky as well. And welcome to the stream, by the way, James. And I wonder if James and Bulky are good friends, and as well as we're getting a bit of banter going on there between Bulky and James. Keep the banter coming in. My word, there, Irvine's not playing about, is he? There's no banter from from Irvine's side. He is fastest out by just under 2/10 of a second. These are some impressive times, actually. I'm really loving this. Good 70. And Kaz is 2/10 of a second down. He had a good first sector. His second sector has been pretty average, to say the least. Scooby Stew is 7/10 down in the second split time. I think that might be it for Scooby Stew. And unfortunately there, and I think that might be him taken out there. Dylan saying the double points for the Williams team. Yes, and that will also be quite crucial when the joint constructors comes out at the end of the night as well, which means it's the standings guys got to do a double time and getting those mass results in then. As of course I blame him for the reason that we didn't realise that Emerson was world champion on Sunday. Kaz goes 12th fast as well. Good stuff indeed there for Kaz. Yes, he's through into qualifying too. Scooby Stew is out. Winnie is also out of qualifying as well. We've also lost Righty then, so a bit of an expensive end there for the McLaren team in terms of qualifying one. Then of course we got Phelan there with a 5-place grid penalty. We've also got Righty in the wall over the Anderson Bridge as well, as we're just riding on board with Scooby Stew as the Mercedes mechanics have put him on his dolly wheels. He is being rolled back into the garage. He is out of qualifying, Scooby Stew is, but don't worry Scooby fans, he'll be back in action for the race itself, which is coming up in just a jiffy. In the so we've lost Phelan, unfortunately. He's got a 5. Well, no, we haven't lost Phelan. There he is. He's right in front of me, but he does have a 5-place grid penalty, unfortunately, and that's why he said it's a bit of an expensive qualifying session there for the McLaren team. Liam D out qualifying now. Unfortunately, we've seen that he hit the wall, didn't he? A glancing blow, but it was a big blow nonetheless, so wasn't it? And that's why he's damaged his end plate. He invalidated his time as well, so it was a pretty appalling couple of corners there. ZGS out qualifying down in 19th, Bulky 18th, but he has a race set out. 17th for Scooby Stew, 16th for Winnie, 15th for Righty. He's not going to participate in qualifying too. There's no spare cars in F1, so he's going to have to sit this one out. Liam saying, I always mess up my qualifying. Don't worry about that. No, you have got the race to come then. So of course that is where the points are on offer, unless you're talking about the qualifying races in Formula 1, which of course has been very much a hot topic, isn't it? And of course the top 3 do get points, so you get 3-2-1 now. Hammer Time is out of qualifying now, as he's got a qualifying ban for his for the incident in Monza, wasn't it? It was the Ascara chicane, wasn't it, where it got a bit too close for comfort, didn't it? As I think it was just unfortunately a bit of unfortunate time, wasn't it, really? Nunda saying one-shot quality taught me well. Really mess up laps now. We've got Theo. Hello. Good evening, Theo. Unfortunately, Theo's race didn't last too long. Last I did is it looks like he stalled on the grid, and then I think he had other technical gremlins as well, which put paid to his race. It was sort of the same for Theo, because he was right at the sharp end of the field, wasn't he, last night? So that was a lot of points lost there for the Mercedes team, and it was similar to a Rosberg problem, wasn't it, really? Where Rosberg couldn't get off the grid back in 2014 now. And so that's a shame now for Theo. So Mercedes haven't really learnt their lesson, have they? And I think Theo would have been absolutely apoplectic at them, and I don't blame him either. Didn't say go on with the Williams team for tonight's race. Said yes, indeed. And so in the Williams team tonight, we do have Duncan and Iron Knight, which is a very strong partnership, isn't it? I'd say all of 7 Williams' drivers are absolutely amazing this season, aren't they? I think that they've all got some very good drivers indeed, haven't they? From gold, silver, and bronze and cobalt. I got to remember to say cobalt as well. Goodness me. Yes, it is Wednesday. It is Cobalt. Good evening. So Gaz then is the first driver out on circuit. He's gone on to the medium tires here. I would say that medium to hards possibly might be the quickest strategy around here, or the optimal strategy around here. Whether it's the quickest or not, I do not know. Is optimal and quickest the same word? Or the same meaning? I have no earthly idea. I unfortunately haven't got a dictionary next to me, and unfortunately I can't swap my and I am not good enough to change pages on my old phone. Just taking a look down the comments as well. You got Duncan saying for pole position there from Anne Fanky there. Hello, Anne Fanky. I'm glad you could be joining us then for tonight's stream, and of course, welcome as well. Anyone who's new to the stream, hello, welcome. If you've got any queries about the league or anything like that, it's all in the description. As I've got my little script here in front of me as well, then just to give the old to make me sound a bit more to make us sound a bit more professional, really. Fortunately, unfortunately for me, and the Hiltons do a lot better than me, really. I've got to say, they can go on to they can really sell me a pencil, really, as they do seem like two very good salesmen, don't they? So good stuff indeed then. But yeah, good combination of commentators as well. Yes, the Hiltons are very good stuff indeed then, and good, and they were great last night, and they've been very great all season, actually. Very impressive stuff indeed then. I think I'm going to have to get my P45 out. Guys are coming down the back straight as well into turn 7, into turn 7. And for anyone who's Hamilton fans out there, that is a corner which I tried to erase from my memory after his incidents with Massa in 2011, in 2010 Mark Webber, in 2012 the retirement in the McLaren, which I think he edited turn 8 actually, wasn't it? And so yeah, not a very good series, not a very good run of form now, was it, over those 3 or 4 years or something like that. But of course, I think that retirement really triggered what is going on today, really, didn't it? It's quite... Oh, goodness me, Gaz gave the wall more than a bit of kiss. I think that was a good old French kiss from Gaz, goodness me. But he hasn't damaged the end plate, my word there. Very much a Vibranian. Is that how you say it? Emerson said Vibranian, didn't he? When he was mentioning my Williams car last night. I think it is Vibranian, isn't it? That's off, I think that's off Black Panther, isn't it? And of course, great films are indeed, isn't it? I do love Black Panther, and of course, it's not going to be the same, is it? On the films going forward then. Gaz there is still, goodness me, that car is just not following, the rear end of the car is not following the front there, is it? So Gaz are getting very waggy on the old rear end there, like an excitable dog. He's over the line, he's done a 39.6 there, yellow flags in free as one. The Renault is floating around there, and that is Starbust then, as he gives the clout to the bar as well. Joseph goes up fast at the moment there, as I'm very happy with myself. It's so far I haven't called him Jose, apart from there, but I did mean that. Stars coming down the back straight. We got You Mad Bro is coming under the grandstand as well. And out of it and into the final technical part. Oh, he's been a bit too greedy on the curb there, unfortunately, You Mad Bro. And I think he will be mad because unfortunately he's got to do another lap there. And this is an extra lap on the medium tires. And this track is very tire dependent, isn't it? And you've got to look after those tires around here, isn't it? And of course, once again, we're talking about tires there. It's not the most interesting subject, but having said that, I quite like the tire talk there, but that's because I'm quite a sad man. Out of the final turn there for Cosmo. He invalidated his time, but Phelan didn't. He's gone fastest there on a 36.119 then. We got a Williams there, I think he's just starting his time. Then we've got a Mercedes of Picasso. I didn't catch him, and he is in third fastest then on the medium tires, 3 times a second away from Joseph, who currently leads the World Championship by the slenderest of margins of 1 point. Stars has gone out full fastest there. He's about a second behind up from Picasso at the moment. Stars is in the Haas car. Good stuff indeed then. Cosmo down at turn 7. Duncan coming down the back straight. You Mad Bro is going over the Anson Bridge then. Irvine is into the final couple of corners as well. Alvit. And he is for a second fast out in front of his teammate Joseph at the moment, Irvine is. And I think he'll be a bit disappointed about the Italian Grand Prix. Got a Haas cruising down the back straight between turn 5 and 7, and as he is just coming back into the pits as well. Kaz saying good luck drivers there. Hard medium is the best strategy there for Nunda, and for Nunda, and that's a very good point there, because Nunda, a former bronze driver who's won a couple of Grand Prix and who was third in the World Championship as well back in season 2 of bronze, so he knows what he's talking about much more than what I know what I'm talking about. You Mad Bro out of the final turn, and he goes second faster. Phelan is still the man on tip-top form. He's still the fastest out there. Impressive stuff indeed there from Phelan, and I've got to say, he's going to be catching the attention of some drivers out there. He's definitely caught my attention here tonight. Magnificent stuff indeed. Unfortunately, he does have a 5-place grid penalty, so he's also caught the attention of the stewards. Cosmo's done the second lap on the soft tires there. Here comes Duncan out of the final turn there. I think that Duncan is very carried himself very well since debuting back in the Belgian Grand Prix a couple of races ago, and I'm a big fan of Duncan. I'm also a big fan of this man here, Iron Knight, there, as we go into the centre T cameras. We seem to get a very strange camera angle around here sometimes, don't we? Gordon saying, here's a random fact. Narrating Carter Kane's the only driver to finish 24th place. I heard that earlier today and I felt I need to share it. Yes, indeed he did. I think Yeah, I got to say, that's an awful start from the rain car Kane, isn't it? Where did he finish 24th? Was that in the Indian Grand... No, it wasn't the Indian Grand Prix. I think he finished 17th in the Indian Grand Prix, didn't he? Or 18th there for the HRT team. Well, oh gosh, there, if someone could remind me where he finished 24th, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Because didn't he do it twice? Oh, Iron Knight there! Goodness me! He's around! He's around! Unfortunately, he's, got to say that Williams is not... Oh, he's going to have to put it into reverse there. Nicely done, sir. And, yeah, just a 3-point turn then for Iron Knight there. Just making sure he keeps the car going because he doesn't want to get disqualified, does he? Because Codemasters doesn't give you a moment's notice, do they? Goodness me. Do they? Of trying to get back onto the circuit because they will disqualify you. As Ayrton found out, is a Starbus has damaged his car. He's going to have to come back into the pits. He has damaged that Renault, hasn't he? As, of course, Ayrton found out to his cost in the Dutch Grand Prix when he shouldn't have parked in the entrance of the pit lane, should he, really? Sorry, the exit of the pit lane now, because that was a silly place to park, Ayrton, wasn't it? Brooksy coming down the back, well, it's not back straight, it's into the Singapore swing as well. He was 23rd in China earlier that season, the European Grand Prix, I believe, and yeah, so, oh, goodness me. What, the European Grand Prix, was that the 2011 one, was it? Goodness gracious me, then. How time flies when you're having fun there. Of course, Cara Kane was actually got the HRT in the points, well, he didn't finish at the points, but he was flirting with the points, wasn't he, in the 2012 Malaysian Grand Prix. Of course, that's because I think that the HRT threw on the intermediate tyres a couple of laps early, didn't they? And I think that's why they was up there. But no, unfortunately, I think he gave a Vettel puncture that same race as well. And so Cara Kane was very much a was a fixture in that Grand Prix, wasn't he? It was a 2012 Malaysian Grand Prix there, and of course that was the scene of Perez's first podium in F1. Great drive indeed for Perez. He probably could have and should have won that Grand Prix, shouldn't he? Really? Brooksy has gone fast. It's in the AlphaTauri. This is only to get the 4 bottom drivers lined up for the race itself. And so we're lining up 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th, which at the moment then his car's going a bit wide there out of turn 11 and 12 by the looks of it. So we've only got 10 cars who've set time so far. The other 4 drivers haven't, but Hammer Time is out qualifying. He'll qualify, well, if no one else qualifies, then he will start 11th position at the moment, which would be good stuff indeed then. I know it's coming out to turn 50, and then there's the Tech Pro barrier at the end of that Raffles Boulevard, and so to catch out the unwary, I think it almost caught me out last night, didn't it? Goodness gracious me, I was surprised it didn't break me wing or anything like that. I did break a sweat though. Oh my word, I was drenched. As Kaz into the final couple of corners, and let's see what the Ferrari driver could do. DRS, and there's 3 DRS zones around here. Now I keep forgetting to talk about this. Yes, there are 3 DRS zones around here. Kaz is nipped into qualifying 3 at this moment in time. He is in front of Gaz there by a second and 2/10 at the moment. Iron Knight then is back out on circuit as well. Who else is back out on circuit? No one else just yet. And we've just got into 5 minutes ago in this qualifying session. And let's see. Let's see what Iron Knight can do then. Iron Knight has been on pole position this season. He was on pole position at the Hungarian Grand Prix, which is a very technical and twisty circuit, an oversized go-kart track, isn't it, really, the Hungarian Grand Prix. We're here tonight in Singapore there, where I've got to say, it's very much night and day. I think the only thing that's literally and figuratively, actually, I didn't even mean for that, but also, of course, there is actually there's a water park outside the Hungarian Grand Prix, whilst they're in the night sky, we have some beautiful swimming pools, don't we? Which I've got to say, I'd love to go to this circuit if I have a bit of pocket money, which you need probably more than a bit of pocket money. I'll probably need a couple of piggy banks there to afford this one. But of course, I think it's a small fortune to go to any Grand Prix these days, isn't it? Goodness me. I think Curly Red, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Is Iron Knight out of the final turn, and he's started it up now then. So Iron Knight is just going back. Curly Red and Welsh Maldonado went to, I think Sean Hammers did as well, went to the British Grand Prix one year. It was £7 for a what was it? Cheese on beans on toast, I think it was. I am a bit of a I got to say, I'm a bit tight with my old money, unless I'm about 5 points in a good night out, and then I seem to throw it around. But yeah, it's £7 for a beans on toast. Goodness me, I must say, then I've got to say, there must be some fancy old beans. I don't want any fancy beans, because a lot of beans makes me toot. So that is certainly not what you won't be nowhere near me when I have some beans. But yes, they even must have a proper whole wheat bread, or some proper Heinz beans. I don't know. But yes, £7 for beans on toast. My word, I think that's criminal, isn't it, really? Anyway, enough about the food. So much I do enjoy talking about food. That is probably my second favourite subject then, apart from Formula One. Well, I think the food might actually come a little hard in Formula One, I must say. Well, no, that's a lie, because I think, because I got to say, I do, if I'm starving, I still would watch the end of the race, because I was starving in Imola as well, but because unfortunately I forgot to bring me my big old Galaxy bar in with me. But there you go, that's my fault. And it's appalling. It's absolutely appalling for me, isn't it? So Serious Russian said, cheese on toast. Oh, is it cheese on toast? My goodness me. Cheese on toast. Well, I hope it's I hope it's Wednesday day. Oh, that cheese on toast. Cheese on toast? Yeah, cheese on toast. As Iron Knight goes 6 fast, and with 2 minutes to go in this session. Yeah, it better be some quality cheese. And his Starburst has invalidated this time again. He is third in the World Championship. Starburst is. He's going to have to get a move on. Otherwise, he is going to be eliminated from this qualifying session, which is not going to be good at all. Duncan's out as well, so Duncan feels then that he needs to defend his 7th position then. And as Gaz is coming down the Raffles Boulevard as well. As Josh Russian said, didn't mean to shout, left the caps lock. Left the caps lock on then. But of course, it did actually gain my attention then, so that's all that needs to be done there. Yes, but it was, but it actually did need to be in caps. So I do not disagree with you whatsoever, Serious Mushroom, because beans and cheese is 2 completely different foods, isn't it? And Gaz's rear end there is, got to say, looking like a bit of a Renault Megane there. If anyone remembers that old advert, is shaking its posterior there, isn't it? But let's see what it does in terms of the clock in the top right hand corner. Then out of the final turn, then Gaz goes 11 fast. That's still not enough to get him through into qualifying 3 at the moment. Now Gaz has got 4/10 of a second. He has 54 seconds to find some time there. Kaz invalidated his time as well. He's left it very late. Kaz has to come out there. Picasso is also finding himself in the danger zone as well. There might be some tears in this qualifying session as we're approaching the end of this one. And here comes a Starbust as well, accelerating away. The back ends of these cars are really light, aren't they? Goodness me, I'm surprised of how light they are there. I've got to say, you do need a bit of speed then, but my word there, I thought they'd be bolted to the floor. I thought it's going to be like a Scale Electric set tonight. How wrong was I? I think that this is, I think the degradation, oh, you got a tyre wear, that'll do. I think it's more of a thermal wear, isn't it, tonight, rather than a tyre wear itself, where the heat builds up in the tyres. Am I right in saying that, or am I just telling porkies? Starburst then into the final party lap as well, and he's on a 1:14 at the moment. He needs to get a bit quicker than that, and he hasn't set a time just yet. Then his second split time, I'm sure, it wasn't a 1:14, was it? Was it a 1:3 or something like that? That just shows I'm not paying attention. Starburst then, he's third in the World Championship. Starburst then, very close then. I thought he invalidated his time then. This looks a very lively lap then from the off-board of Starbust. What about on-board then? Out of the final turn, is it enough for Starbust? No, it's not. He is out of qualifying. The man who's third in the World Championship, and he will be a spectator like you and I. He is out of qualifying, and that is not good whatsoever. Gaz invalidated his time. He's out of qualifying as well. We got Kaz's 2/10 second up. We got Picasso, who is very close to the back of him now. I think Picasso should be safely through. It's between Styles and Kaz. Who's going to get through into qualifying 3, and who's going to be knocked out in the 11th position, which might be the preferred option to get through perhaps at this stage then, but we'll find out nonetheless then. And he's gone wide then. He's gone wide. Picasso, I think, is just mirroring the Ferrari, because I think he knows that he should be safely through. He'll have the graphic on the top left hand part of the screen there, which will tell you which will tell him about where he is on the in terms of the classification. 3/10 second up. Kaz is in the second split time. Is that enough? That is enough for the moment then. That is enough, and Picasso's having a look there, but I think that Kaz is still on the lap then, but Kaz has gone wide then. Picasso is Kaz there is getting a bit wild then at the end of this lap as well. Picasso, I think, might be through into qualifying 3 then, so he might not need to worry about trying to pass Kaz then, but Kaz is trying to get through into qualifying 3. As I said, it's between himself and Styles, who is going to be in, who is going to be out then. Into the final turn as well. He needs a 38.2. Look up there. It's not enough. Kaz is out qualifying, unfortunately, and he will be. I think he will start 13th. He will start 13th in the Ferrari. He is out of qualifying, and there it is. And his Farf is just given us a exclamation mark ALR. And out of qualifying then is Hamilton out of ban. Kaz down in 13th position. Gaz in 12th position. And then for Starbust as well. Top 10, we have one driver on the soft compound tyre. And I think that was Camera that was on the soft tyre last night. But tonight it is just Cosmo who is on the soft tyre. Everyone else is on the hard compound tyre as well. Frankie's saying it's both tyres overheat like crazy, but the rears have high wear on traction because there's so many slow corners. Thank you very much, Frankie. And that is exactly how you describe the tyre wear around here. So it's a bit of both end, goodness me. So you've kind of got a best of both worlds. And you've seen a lot of drivers that are really struggling there with the back end on the cars there. Very much shaking left and right, wasn't it? And as Emil saying, thanks to Kaz, I'll start on the medium tyres. So I think that Picasso is going to be well chuffed with that end of qualifying. Now, good stuff indeed. Then we're into qualifying 3. We've got another 12 minutes then of qualifying before we get into the main event, the race itself, and everyone. Now, of course, in terms of the qualifying performance over the last couple of races and the last 4, Umad Bro took the first hour pole position in Cobalt history. Then with Iron Knight second pole position in Hungary. Then was Irvine in Belgium. Chappie was the last driver to take pole position as he was a super sub, wasn't he, in the Italian Grand Prix, but unfortunately didn't go too well, did it, for the debutant there, unfortunately. And you can see that the track is very lively on the circuit. The track is very busy at the moment, isn't it? As now out of the pits there comes a AlphaTauri. It is Brooksy, I think, isn't it? If I'm not very much mistaken, which I probably am. No, there he is. He's out on circuit as well. Brooksy is. I think that Brooksy then is had 2 races so far. He's won a race and he's a DNF then back in the Hungarian Grand Prix. He's had 2 races out then, so he's back in action tonight. Let's see what he could do from here on in then, as we're on board then with Brooksy. He won his first ever race then. And now then is Brooksy is just coming down the back straight as well as Bulky Volcano is putting a lot of faith in his race setup as well. Of course, Bulky will be in action in the not too distant future then, as the race build up is starting to happen now for the drivers, and they're out qualifying. And of course, half the top 10 are going for pole position. The other 10 are now focusing themselves on the race, and they're determined. They're thinking about what to do in terms of the strategy. Are they going to go start on the hard or the medium tyres, or is someone going to throw a spanner in the works there and go on the soft tyres? I'm not sure if that is the best strategy, but of course it is. But of course we do not know until the race begins, do we? And there's a lot of factors involved as well. When are they going to? They're going to be planning on coming in. What lap they're going to be coming in to change their tyres? They're going to be planning on their attack as well, of whether to go hard right from the get-go or have a more conservative approach there. Brooks didn't have any conservative approach there at all. Goodness me, that car was all out of shape, wasn't it? Down in the back end of Raffles Boulevard then. But yes, so the drivers will be just focusing on them in terms of what they're going to be putting themselves through there. Bulky Volcano reckons it will, his fingers crossed that it'll be Brooks on pole position. It'll be his first pole position of his career in Cobalt. Let's see what he could do then. And he is now out of the final turn then. And here comes Brooksy then out of the final turn. DRS is available. Serious Rusher was asked, have I lost it? Yes, I have. I've always had a screw loose, but tonight's very much so. As Brooksy's invalidated right from the get-go. He's going to not be too displeased with that. He's going to be displeased with that, isn't he? No, but you mad bro is with my favourite helmet. I gotta say, it's between himself and Diashi, wasn't it, in terms of the helmet designs, but I do quite like you mad bro's helmet. That's a lovely helmet indeed, isn't it? Crispy's asking, is Nunda racing? No, Nunda is not racing tonight, and it's not racing tonight, unfortunately, but I think he'll be back here, but he will be back in action because he's a reserve at the moment for ALR, and he's allowed to vote on gold, silver or bronze. I don't think he's allowed to do cobalt because he's a touch too fast. You mad bro is now coming into the second part of the lap as well. Gordo saying as we got just having a look now as well. And Bulky saying Brooksy tells me he's using using old soft sensor. That is why so Brooksy out there probably just trying to feel his way, isn't he? Feel the tires and on an old soft tire. And this ain't gonna be as a proper timed run, is it yet? Then and is now you mad bro 03 in the second intermediate split pit time as well. Brooksy just in the flash of that rear end there, just going through the kink then there. Well, we didn't see it there, did we? Yeah, Brooksy then might be going for a second time run as well. If he's got the fuel in the car then, which I'm sure that some drivers probably will have fuel in the car there, just go for an extra lap. Everyone is out on track apart from Picasso at the moment, who is in the pits, and so we've got 9 out of 10 cars out, which is good stuff indeed. Brooksy has, is he coming in the pits? I think he's taking more of a tyre line than he has indeed. And you mad bro is fast. He's on pole position by a 35 and what about our racing point? Joseph has gone faster by a 10th of a second. Good stuff indeed. Then we've got a Red Bull out to the final couple of turns. Well, it's Cosmo in third fastest in the Red Bull. Lovely stuff indeed. Then what about Irvine? Irvine is just coming under the grandstand as well, and now they're going over the curbs and taking a lot of curb there out of turn 21. Now that is a sweet of a nut. Turn 21 is lovely stuff indeed there from Irvine. Look at how much opposite lock he had to take out of 22, and now Irvine has done a 38.2 there in the racing point then. What about Duncan? Out of the final turn then for the Williams driver. Duncan goes fast. He's on pole position there by less than a 10th of a second. It is 400 a second to be precise. They go on about Styles. Styles is just starting his lap as well then, so we're keeping on what Styles can do. Phelan then, his driver is attacking now then. We're on board with Phelan, so he is got a 5-place grid penalty, so wherever he qualifies he has to go back 5 places on the grid as well. Sam is saying get in Joseph. He is currently second fast on the grid then. It's Duncan as they got pole position, and that'll be Duncan's first pole position of his career in ALR Cobalt. What about Phelan making his first ever appearance in ALR Cobalt? We've got a Red Bull going off at the Anderson Bridge, but it looks like just over. I think they might have run a bit too. Into the pits comes Phelan then, and so he's abandoned that time. Styles there coming down the is Iron Knight is about it as well, so I think the Iron Knight there might be abandoning his time and coming back into the pits. He is indeed there. So some drivers have only got one, they only can do one lap now, can't they? Picasso, Phelan, Iron Knight, and Brooks is out for right from the get-go. Actually, Brooks is goodness me. Styles there again on the power too heavily there, and yes, he's really lost a bit of time now, hasn't he? Coming out of the Anderson Bridge then, that is goodness gracious me then. We've got Sirius Russ saying get in Duncan, and Sam saying hello Sean, how are you after yesterday? Not too bad. I got to say, I got a bit of a headache then. There's too much concentration for me. I quite like the old sprint races. Maybe we should cut it down to maybe 5 lappers in ALR Bronze, I reckon, because I just can't handle it. I got to say, I think I had to have a good old lie down after that. Goodness me. It took me, I think it took me about 45 minutes to have a quick nap there and get my energy back then. We've got Bug saying say goodbye to the pole. Duncan then, as Brooks is back out on circuit while Styles goes up full fast there. He is on the second row of the grid in the Haas car. He'll be very happy with that then. Good stuff indeed there for Styles, and I think there's more time in the bank as well for the Haas car, so I feel that Styles could find probably how much time do you reckon he lost there when he accelerated out of turn 13? I think that he probably would have lost at least 4/10 of a second, maybe more, or am I going a bit too much there? We've got Gordo saying go on Styles, and he is doing a very good job indeed there, Gordo. Gordo cheering on Styles there. It's great to see these stable mates really watching each other's back as well. It's good stuff indeed, as it Sirius Merchant now is cheering on Duncan, who's a part of the Williams clan, isn't it? That's great stuff indeed. This joint construction has been absolutely a mega idea there, hasn't it, from Dan Murphy there. So of course all props to him then, but I'm sure he got it from somewhere else. Brooksy coming down into turn 1. Look at how much off the track is. That's half the car off of the track there. My goodness me there. Brooksy is trying to reduce the turn in there, going into turn 1 there, and of course that is why he's one of the best there, isn't he? Great stuff indeed. And Sam saying he absolutely he hated yesterday, and he's glad that it's over. And it is a horrible track, I must say. I don't. It's a horrible track. It's horrible to race at. I think I really dislike it to be. Well, I don't dislike it. I just don't hate it. So it's one track in the middle for me. But there we go. Yes, I'm glad it's over too. Though Sam really didn't like it either. Bulky saying Brooksy there is about to set setting the pace alight then as well. And Sirius Rush is saying do not forget about irons as well. And yes, Iron Knight then currently in the pits, more than 4 minutes to go in the qualifying session there. We can never forget about Iron Knight then. He was on pole position there for the Hungarian Grand Prix back in round 2. Brooksy out of the Anderson Bridge, out of turn 13. He's on the third DRS zone of the lap then. And now down at Ruffles, Vudovar as well. And of course this track, when it's not being used, is a highway. Or is it? Well, I know it's a public road. That's all I know really. just now got on board with Brooksy. He is into the first of 3 chicanes in a row then to finish off the lap there. I heard a rumour that they was going to cut this part of the track there and just go straight through there and just cut out turns 17 and 18 now. I'm not sure if that's an actual rule or not, an actual bona fide rumour or not. I do not know. Brooksy out the final turn then, and let's see what he can do. And Brooks is on pole position there by almost a second there from the AlphaTauri. My goodness me, he has just blown the competition out of the water, and what a magnificent time there from Brooksy. This will be his first pole position of his career in ALR Cobalt. He's already got a Grand Prix win. Can he be the first driver in Cobalt history to get 2 wins in his career then? Well, if he starts on pole position, that is going to be exactly the best position that he would love to start in as well. Just joined Picasso out of turn 13 as well then in the Mercedes, and he has got something to say about that, hasn't he? And as Sam's saying, looks like he'll get provisional pole. He has indeed then. Gordo is very impressed. That gee whiz there from Gordo, from Brooks as well. Got to apologise to Gordo and all the rest of the silver drivers as well. Picasso getting a bit too greedy there. He's invalidated his time with 2 minutes to go in the session there. Has he got enough fuel to give it another go then? We're going to stay with Phelan at the moment. Dean Phelan coming down the Raffles of Boulevard as well. Got to just apologise to the silver drivers. And of course, it's the stream cut when we was doing the interviews as well. So apologize for those guys as well. Now, but I've got to say, Gordo, with his first interview of his career, he's been on 2 podiums now, but he did a very good job on the podium as well. Good stuff indeed there from Gordo, and I love his answers were absolutely were brilliant there. A lot better than my answers, a lot better than my questions as well, to be honest. So good stuff indeed there from Gordo, and I think that Gordo, I think that you should give Farf some lessons on how to take an interview. So Phelan coming out of the final turn, he's gone second fastest. He is the second driver in the 34s. Magnificent stuff indeed there from Phelan. Brilliant stuff indeed. What about you, mad bro? Out of turn 21 as well. That was looking sweet as a nut. He's half a second. I say only half a second up. He's half a second up in the second split time. He is third fastest. He is still in the 35s, but he is on the second row of the grid then. Duncan, Iron Knight starting his lap as well. Let's see what he can do then. He's coming down into turn number 1 then as EZ Paul. We've also got Serious Russian said, damn it, Duncan, and laugh out loud. And just taking a look then, is Bogie saying Brooksy for first, and Tango saying it's pity it's the whole team that couldn't be up there one day then. As yes, at the moment, and unfortunately, yes, unfortunately, but I think that AlphaTauri will definitely be up there, won't they? In the next couple of races, I'm no doubt about that. Probably the next race as well, because remember, Bulky does have a race set up as well, and the race is where you get the points, isn't it? So good stuff indeed there. We've also got just on board now of Iron Knight as he is coming down into the Singapore Sling, or it was the Singapore Sling before they got rid of it in 2013, which I'm still very upset about, and that's why I call it the Singapore Sling until they pull it back, which they're never going to do. So there we go. As long as ALR still employs me, and of course they do pay me with, I think they're going, hopefully I'm going to get some animal bars this week. They do pay me with chocolate, which is why I've got quite a large figure. Iron Knight then is into the final part of his lap as well, and this is one and done then for Iron Knight. Of course, Serious Merchant said, do not discount Iron Knight. We are definitely not discounting Iron Knight. Why should we? Because he's already been on pole position before. That is why we shouldn't. He is now into the final couple of turns as well. As Bulky is saying, let's race it. So Bulky is getting ready to get going then. We're going to see what Iron Knight can do as well. As he's out of 21, 22, 23. Is it Paul? It is 6 fast on the grid there for Iron Knight. And he is going to be on the 3rd row of the grid. He is done, unfortunately. So he's not going to be able to improve on that. Duncan is the next car to come around as well. Also on the lap is Picasso's finished. Picasso is done in this qualifying session. So is Cosmo. And so is Brooksy, Phelan, and you mad bro as well. Those 3 are currently 1st, 2nd, and 3rd moment. Can Duncan there really throw caution to the wind here and get pole position there for the Williams car as well? Out of the final turn then, and let's see what Duncan could do. He stays full fast, improves by 3/10 of a second, but it wasn't enough, unfortunately. Then what about Joseph? Joseph's 3/10 of a second up. I don't think it's going to be good enough for pole position, but it might be good enough for 2nd row. It could be good enough for 2nd row. It is not good enough for the 2nd row. He stays on the third row in 5th position. What about Irvine? We didn't see his best effort down the first time round, and the second one's much better. He's on the second row of the grid, and he is third on the grid as well. And Irvine is going to be very happy with that. Great recovery there from Irvine after a scrappy first attempt. Then the racing point, and great stuff indeed. And he's on the third of the grid then, but it is going to be Brooksy back in ALR, back in action, and he's now on pole. This is for the first time. He's not back on pole, this is his first pole. Good stuff indeed there from Brooksy. Hats off to the Alpha Tower driver as well. Look at the gap there. Less than a tenth of a second, half a tenth of a second. Brilliant stuff indeed then. That's a slam dunk in my book. Absolutely amazing stuff there from Brooksy. 2 races out, comes back, puts on pole then. And yes, it's, and you could say it's just that easy. But let's see what he does in terms of the race itself. But I say it's just that easy. Look at Phelan there. Less than 10 of a second away. He's got a 6th place grid penalty. I think he will start 7th if my maths is right then, which I don't think it is. So it'll be Irvine and Brooksy on the front row of the grid. I'm looking forward to that one. That one's going to be great. And do not forget for you, Mad Bro and Duncan on the 4th row, on the 2nd row as well with Joseph and Iron Knight. That is a magnificent grid, isn't it, for the Singapore Grand Prix? Wow, and there is me just reminiscing on how good this is going to be then as well. Right then, as we're now getting ready into the race itself, and as Callan there is saying, the Forza Cosmo as well. Good evening, Callan there. Hope you're enjoying the stream then, and glad you're in here and giving us a wave. Good stuff indeed. I go saying I hate it when it sends the same message twice. I don't think it's in the same message there. It's from Gordon there, but maybe I was just I was a bit slow after the mark then. Right then. Here we go. So this is going to be the start of the Grand Prix here in Singapore. And we've got only 30 seconds there because someone is very quick off the mark there. Starburst there is, got to say, not helping out his fellow drivers at all there. And why should he there? Very much throwing on very much throwing his strategy up straight away there, Starburst is. He's a bit behind the 8 balls, and Starburst is third in the World Championship, of course. Having a great start to the season. Unfortunately, as a 10, he was on course there for another podium in Italy as well. But unfortunately, he came a cropper in the Ascari chicane there. So here we go then, and let's see what's occurring then. So we've got 2 soft straight there, from the medium to the soft to the medium tire there, or the medium to the hard tire there. I think that it was on Tuesday there where Slayer, I think it was Jake the Slayer, was saying about the soft medium soft is the medium soft medium is the same race time as it is from the medium to the hard tires, which is I was quite surprised to hear that, but of course that is definitely an option for some drivers here, isn't it? So which way are they going to go? But of course you do have to overtake, don't you? But it does, so if you do an extra stop, then you may have to overtake some cars, and who might be going for one stop then. So that's why it's going to be very much all up in the air, isn't it? So then we are on course for the longest race of the season then here in Singapore. And believe it or not, it was the admins were talking about before he came on air that it's I've only had like 10 minutes of rain in Singapore. There's me talking all kinds of rubbish in the build up to gold. That it's going to we're near the equator. We're going to have a monsoon or two. Well, I've been absolutely wrong. Now, I've had 10 minutes of rain in qualifying 3. Well, it wasn't even 10 minutes, was it? It was about 5 minutes. It kind of dampened the end of qualifying. But apart from that, no rain at all. And I don't think there's any rain tonight either. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Of course, and so that just shows how much I know about the weather. Right then, as let's go for the grid tire from front to back. 31 laps around the Grand Prix here in Singapore at Marina Bay. Of course, it made his debut on the Formula 1 calendar back in 2008. And of course, that was the infamous race there where Nelson Piquet crashed on purpose and gave Alonso the win there. And it was also the infamous race there where Ferrari Felipe Massa there unfortunately had a fuel rig problem there, and potentially that could have cost Massa his first World Championship. It might have only have been, and Hamilton might have only won his sixth World Championship last season, on 2020 then. But ifs, buts and maybes there. Right then, Brooksy is on pole position, his first pole position of his career. Alongside him is Irvine. They're all on medium tyres, and apart from Cosmo in the top 10. You Mad Bro is in third. Duncan is in fourth position. Joseph, the championship leader, is in fifth. Iron Knight is in sixth. Phelan making his debut tonight is seventh. Styles hasn't scored a point yet, but this is a golden opportunity for Styles in eighth then. Cosmo's on soft tyres in ninth then. Picasso in 10th then. He has the speed lead there. Unfortunately, didn't go too well for him in qualifying. Starburst is third in the championship, is 11th. Gaz in 12th, then with Kaz in 13th. Hammer Time had a qualifying ban down in 14th. Right, he had an incident there. He is on the soft tyre in 15th position there. Winnie in 16th position on the hard tyre. 17th is Scooby Stew. 18th is Bulky on the soft tyre. 19th is ZGS Head. 20th is Leon D. And there are 3 drivers on the soft tyres. So let's see how... this one goes then. Right then, here we go then. This is going to be the start of the Grand Prix here in Singapore for Cobalt. Thank you all for joining us. And goodness gracious me, we got a lot of comments going on. I'm not going to read them all out there, but thank you for joining us. As I love that ham there, by the way, from Frankie. Great stuff indeed. Then as right then, the lights are on then, but I don't think we going yet. We're on board the pole sitter, which is a Brooksy, as the revs are starting to build up. Then look, he's adjusting he's adjusting the hybrid power. The revs are on, and here we go one more time in Singapore. It is lights out, and it's go, and Brooksy gets away nicely, but it's Irvine there trying to cut off Umadbro, but Umadbro is flown up into second position there on the short run down into turn 1 there. He's taking a bit. Oh, that's a car off. It's a car. It's Joseph. Joseph is off there, and Stars is gone as well. That's a Ferrari round as well. Winnie's around, and Joseph has not got damage, but he has lost an almighty amount of time there. Oh, and Winnie, oh my goodness me, they're inside each other. Oh, terrific. Hammer Time is up into 10th position. No, he isn't. He's up into 9th, and he's had a great storm drive. Cosmo is dropping down the order as well, and Righty is flying up the order. He is up into 10th position already. Magnificent start. Bulky is up into 12th. My goodness me, he's took off like a scolded cat. He's on the outside. There's contact. It's gone all wrong there for Bulky and Gaza. Oh my goodness me, and now Renault of Liam there. Oh goodness me, and oh dear, that looked a bit messy there, didn't it? And we got yellow flags out as well. Kaz there is oh my goodness me, and they're off. That's a safety car. It's a virtual safety car, I should say there. Down at the Singapore thing there. Kaz has come to blows. Oh, there's debris all over the circuit then, and oh goodness gracious me, that is, he is spinning the car. Oh good gracious me, there's a lot of damage there on the opening stage of this Grand Prix. It was a very dramatic start, to say the least, in Cobalt. It's like, oh goodness me. So Brooksy is leading in second position. Is Umadbro, he's gone up 1 position. Everyone dropping down 1 position. Up 5 positions is Starbust. My goodness me, fantastic start out from Starbust. He is on fresh medium tires as well there, after not getting into the top 10. Righty up 5 positions as well. Magnificent start out from Righty there. I'm loving life in that McLaren today. We've got 6 positions up there, and is ZGS, and it got a bit messy. Then down 12 is Joseph. First safety car is taking a long time, because I think that there's a lot of debris that the marshals need to get cleared, then before they get themselves off track then. And we got who's coming in the pits, and we've got Scooby Stew in the pits there. He's got no end play at all on one side, that Mercedes head. He is in the pits as well. I think that there's going to be a lot of other drivers coming in then. Liam in the pits as well. Bulky, I think, has stayed out. I see he has stayed out with damage there. We're back racing there. Joseph is on the inside of Styles. Is out to the blows. Gaz is off there. And he's gone off in turn 3. And he hit the barrier. He's got no damage there, Gaz. I said, my goodness me. That's a titanium car there. Magnificent there. Unfortunately, though, for Gaz there, the Haas car's the Haas car might be magnificent, but unfortunately, Gaz spinning in and hitting the barrier there. Hammer Time jumping to 8th position now. Magnificent stuff indeed then. So, yeah, this has been a very action-packed Grand Prix here in Singapore. Goodness me. Absolutely a dramatic start, to say the least, here in Singapore. On board now then with Righty. I've got to start to, these drivers have probably got to start to now think about the long game, because I've certainly got to think about the long game, because I'm already perspirating, and we're only on lap 2 out of 31. And yes, of course, one rule of on my streaming career in ALR is I shouldn't be drinking there. Of course, you shouldn't drink and drive. You shouldn't also drink and talk either, or commentate, I should say. Well, I try and commentate. I just speak over cars going around in a circle, there. Look at this, and then the Haas car running into the rear wing of ZGS, and ZGS got damage as well. Or is he just, no, he hasn't got damage there. He's just struggling for pace at the moment now. He's sitting there in qualifying, he's struggling for pace, and yellow flag said is one of the Ferraris. The Kaz is off, he's gone off, that's down at turn 15, and it's a safety car. And he's gone right into the Tech Pro barrier there, and I'm not sure, there's a Haas nearby him. I'm not sure if he had a helping hand or not. Then McCaz there's damaged the car, and he is coming back into the pit. He's going to have to come into the pits now, isn't he? That is a And that is a shame for Picasso. Picasso in the pits and Righty in the pits as well. So some drivers are making the most of this safety car. So Picasso in the pits and Righty is in the pits as well. So, there's a 5-second penalty for ZGS there for speed in the pits. This line comes up quite quickly. Picasso's had to repair the front wing now. And he's gone. Goodness me, he's teleported there. Oh, great stuff. So Picasso is a very talented driver, isn't he? Good teleport out of the pit garage. Good stuff. Cosmo is now in 14th position. Let me get the tires up, shall we? Because that's what you want to see. And we got medium tires there on for Righty, for Cosmo, for Picasso, for ZGS, and he has a 5-second penalty there. Bulky's on the medium tires. Kaz is repairing the wing there, which he lost the whole of the wing section. Scooby Stew is in 18th position now. Liam D has also got a 5-second penalty then for speeding in the pits. And Liam D there is getting a bit too overzealous. I think that if he's at the safety car still out, he might be able to come back in there and get rid of that then on the next lap. Then it's always changing the nose cone as well. Liam D in the Renault then he'll be coming back out momentarily as well then. And as he's now coming out of the pit, I don't know what's going on in the chat in the comment section. I'm going to leave it to us. Milan has joined us in the comments. Good to see Milan there. 7-time pole sitter in ALR Gold. And of course, he's a very talented individual indeed. And he's enjoyed his time in Ferrari, hasn't he? Milan is, and of course, it's going to be a great end to. I hope it's a great end to the season as well. This is his best season in terms of the numbers this season from Milan. Very impressive stuff indeed. That I think he's only had one DNF in the entire season there from Milan. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. In 15 starts, so very good stuff indeed. And of course we've also got a good old chin wag going on in there. So I can't read all that out, but there we go. Yes, good stuff indeed. Then. So we got Brooks, who's in the race. He has now won a Grand Prix in the Cobalt. Yet then Bert Molander has now won a Grand Prix in ALR either, albeit he has taken out me and Emerson, and he hasn't taken us out to a nice restaurant either. He actually took us out properly as Bert Molander decided to brake test me in Interlagos. And of course in Hungary he knocked Ayrton off the race after turn 1 then, which was quite rude of him, really, wasn't it? I used to like Bernd Mailander up until this season, but there we go. And I'm sure he also did something else as well, but we'll leave it there then. Of course, and all those years ago when wasn't it Nick Heidfeld that crashed into the door of the safety car, the passenger door of the safety car in the free practice 4 in the Brazilian Grand Prix? I think it was, wasn't it? Free practice 4 where I think it was Enrique Bonodi, wasn't it, in the Arrows that had a smash in out of the center S there, and Heidfeld came steaming around there, and luckily no one was injured in that, and he just about avoided it, but he hit the passenger door, didn't he, the safety car. We got more drivers in the pits as well, and so ZGS there is taking that 5-second penalty then, and of course I love that Schumacher helmet. He's gone the soft tires, ZGS has then, so we're going for an attacker strategy here. Picasso is gone on to new medium tires as well. Kaz is out there as well, and also gone on medium tires. That is Scooby Stew as well. So good stuff indeed there. Is Liam D has not taken this opportunity there to come in the pits, and so that 5-second penalty is going to hang over him, and unless he comes in the pits again, which he will have to come in the pits again. I think it would have been better to take it under safety car speeds perhaps then, but Liam D knows what he's doing. He knows much more than me, and he might be more concerned about track position, which is very much king around here, isn't it? Very impressive indeed then. And just taking a look at the moment, then is Liam is saying my brother is loving the pit stop at the moment. Then of course I think it is Scooby Stew, which is Liam's brother as well. Absolutely good stuff indeed. I quite enjoy it then when we've got siblings or brothers. I don't know, siblings is the same, isn't it? Brothers and sisters and stuff. Well, yeah, but I do like when we get similar family members in ALR. Of course, we've got Dan Murphy with the 2 Hiltons of Emerson and Ayrton, and we've also got a winning combination of brothers now as well, as Ayrton is a Grand Prix winner in silver and Emerson is a double world champion in gold. We've now got Liam and Scooby Stew in as well, so great stuff indeed then for Scooby Stew. Of course, he has recently been promoted to the Mercedes drive, and I hope he's enjoying it. I don't think he's enjoying this race at the moment, is he, as he is down in 20th position, but he can rectify that as we're only on lap 4 out of 31. And as Simon said, that Mexico is nice, but I've missed the whole of the the conversation there. So there we go. So I'm just going to leave that one there then. As Equal saying, it would be nice to see VR supporting F1 21 for Liam. Good luck to you, bro. Then. Yeah, because Liam does race there with a VR headset, which I got to say, that's absolutely magnificent, isn't it? I can't even drive with a controller. So yeah, how does he do that? It's absolutely beyond me. good stuff indeed then. But as we're now just coming down the back straight, and safety car still at the moment. We got a safety car after I think it was brought out because Kaz had a couple of issues there down the Raffles of Boulevard there, and Marshall has had to clear up a lot of debris. This has been very action packed in the opening 5 laps or so here in Singapore. But hopefully there we can hopefully the drivers there might be able to contain their excitement then, and we can have a clean rest of the race then. So as Bert Mylander is just taking this around once again then, so hopefully this will be the last lap then before we get back into the race itself, and is a Bert Mylander then has been leading almost the same laps as Brooksy has at the moment of this Grand Prix, hasn't he? Right then, so as Liam was saying, yeah, full VR would be amazing. It's like playing with your face pressed against the TV at the moment, so my eyes won't last much longer then. Yeah, I think the old wives' tale was that if you sit too close to TV, your eyes will go square then. So we hope that's not the case for Liam's sake. Goodness me, he's going to have square eyes then by the time he's in his 30s. Oh, good gracious me, or 40s. But there we go then. But we've got You Mad Bro is second at the moment then. Right then, so we got 20 cars still left in the race, and we've had a lot of damage on these cars, and good job there's no budgetary requirements in ALR, because I think these teams will be going bust at the end of this week in Singapore. We've had a lot of wing breakages, we've had a lot of car damages, we have had a lot of pit stops and tyres used as well. And of course ALR is now a 4-day event, isn't it? We go from Sunday to Wednesday. We go from gold, silver, bronze, and tonight in Cobalt, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Safety cars in the end of this out then. So then, we've had enough of my waffle. Let's get back on the racing, shall we? As Liam is 30 now, thanks. Oh, goodness me, there you go. I've already stuck my, I've already really put my foot in it this time, haven't I? As Milan has asked, what is the lap record around here in ALR? I must know that then. Hang on a minute, Milan. I may have to come back to you on that one because I haven't got me all-time stat book up tonight. But yes, I'll probably share it in the Discord. I know. I think the gold all-time lap record was actually beat on Sunday, and I think that's the fastest all-time lap around here in ALR terms. And so we'll have a look at that later on then. So remind me later on, Milan, there, and I'll very much definitely throw it in there as well. And someone's asking me to go 7 days. Does it go 7 days a week? Goodness me, I might need a break, guys. But don't worry, we do have Ayrton and Emerson now to commentate on, so maybe we can tag team in and out then for 7 days if you want to go 7 days. Right, we're back racing then here. Brooksy leads second position as we got 5-second penalty. Cosmo and Bulky have come to blows then, and oh goodness me, there's debris all over the show as well. Oh my goodness me, what's going on in the background? And there's cars off, and Styles is around the wrong way. There's debris all over the circuit, and we've just got going in. Styles is off the circuit. Bulky has had damage. Oh dear, that is a Renault. That's a racing point on the floor as well. Oh my word. And this is action after it's drama after drama in this race. Bulky back in the pits and onto the medium compound tyres then. What is happening in the midfield then? And I don't know. I had my attention diverted then. Cosmo is now who had a 5-second penalty, I think that. And look at this then. So we've got Mercedes and Picasso now moving up in the 10th position. We have got a Renault of Starbust then, who had a great start to the original Grand Prix, is now struggling, and he's jumped down the order. It's that second Renault of Liam D with damage as well. I don't think it is, so Liam D might be alright then. I think did I see a racing point as well? It's Joseph. Joseph is in issues as well. The championship leader is in major gravity. We got a safety car again then, and what is occurring here in this Grand Prix, and what is the safety car for this time? Let's take a look then. And I don't actually know, to be honest. What is I wanted to say safety car will be out again now because of the debris on the pit straight, and they took a long time, race director did. Bulky has got a, oh goodness me, as Bulky there, he's got a drive-through penalty there. He's going to be kicking himself on that one. Unfortunately, Bulky is there, as he's got a drive-through penalty there for speeding under the virtual safety car. Michael Massey is the race director then, but I think Sam is asking who is making the calls for the Friday tonight. ALR cannot be, unfortunately, ALR cannot be judged for bringing out the safety car stuff, but that would be a cool move, wouldn't it? Where you, if you are like hosting league race, then perhaps you could maybe have the chance there to throw out safety cars and that kind of stuff. Now, wouldn't that be great? I gotta say, if I'd do it, I would just probably do it if the race is boring, if the race just needs a bit of spicing up. kind of thing. Into the pits there comes Philin then. Philin there, who of course there, unfortunately, 5 plays a grid penalty. McLaren Mechanics in the orange overalls are coming into the pits there. They are ready, primed and ready to go there. Philin there, so stopping on his marks there on the hard tires there. And he is away he goes. Will he go to the end of the race? I don't think he will on that effort. Then perhaps as now into the pits comes Starbust as well for the World Championship car 13 there. He's having the same luck as Maldonado at the moment, isn't he? Unfortunately, not the ALR's Maldonado, but I think the F1 Maldonado. Into the and so we've also got Joseph, the championship leader. Then he's only got 1 point in front of himself, and Umad Bro has not won a Grand Prix yet in his ALR career. However, it's all been all about consistency. Stars in the pits as well. After he had it coming together there was there was a lot of debris, wasn't there? Stars, he's down into 19th position there, but he's changed the nose cone, and he is back race as well. Bulky into the pits then. And I think is Stars into the pits then as Bulky in 18th position now. So we've got another lap then on the safety car as well then. As we've got Liam saying, Sean, remind the guys to restart their streams because it's going to take more than a half, and going to take over the hour mark then. Videos, I mean then. Yes, good 17. Oh well, Swerve there because Becca's about to type. Yes, I've got to say, yeah, I did really dodge a bullet there, didn't I? Yes, of course. So if any of the guys are watching, I highly doubt you will be watching this stream though, because it'd be awful here. Me in the background, wouldn't it, commentating on your races? Goodness me, how are you supposed to concentrate? But yes, I think this race, Liam is exactly right, and this race is going to nudge on to 50 minutes at the very least anyway. So with these safety cars and virtual safety cars, and at the start of the race, then we I think that we might need to restart our videos then sometime around well, probably now it would be a good idea. But there you go, that's just or you can just stream it on YouTube like I do because I'm lazy. Right then. Now, of course, if you do that, you can always throw it in the ALR links channel as well. And, of course, so that your other drivers there can have a bit of a view of your content as well, though. So you can see a lovely plug there as well, then. So, yes, so also like, share, and subscribe, then. Big thumbs up. Good stuff. Right then. So we've got a safety car once again, then, is this is our second safety car. We've had, I think we've had one virtual safety car at the moment. So still 20 drivers are left in this circuit on this race at the moment. And we've got 3 drivers then with some penalties at the moment. I think there are 5-second penalties for Liam and Cosmo, and Bulky has got a drive-through penalty at the moment as well, and for being a bit too overzealous under the under the safety car as well. Right then, is we're just on board with Stars, and we have got Iron Knight, who has got some issues, and he is damaged. Is he damaged the car? He hasn't damaged the car, but he has a 5-second penalty. So does Hammer Time as well for causing a collision under the safety car. Oh dear. So that's not good at all, is it? And of course, it's very difficult to have a constant speed, isn't it? When you're under a safety car. Of course, I think some of the F1 drivers probably use the constant speed map that they have on their cars, perhaps. But unfortunately, we don't have that in this world of Formula 1 at the moment. Maybe that's another option they might drop down, venture down as well. So at the moment, then, as we go back to the driver stands alone, and Brooksy there on course for another Grand Prix win, which will take him up to 50 points. Then. So in his 2 races he's finished in ALR, he would have had 2 Grand Prix wins. But there's a long way to go there, isn't there, for Brooksy? And of course, I do not want to jinx him now. As soon as I said it there, I'm trying to retract my statement. But Brooksy, of course, will be very much to be in the front there. You mad bro, it's not won a Grand Prix yet as Ron Boyer Hamilton. Has not won a Grand Prix yet in Cobalt history, but it's been all about the consistency, because he's always finished in the points, and in the last 3 Grand Prix he's been on the podium as well. He's had second and third there from you mad bro, and but he was very lucky. He's very unlucky not to win the Grand Prix in Hungary, was he? Fantastic performance there from you mad bro. He was dancing in the rain now. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed, wasn't he? You mad bro, and I think that's one of the best races I've ever seen a wet driver do in ALR history. Of course, along with Dan Murphy, who did a great qualifying lap in the German Grand Prix back in season 2. The qualifying lap lives long in the memory for me. Absolutely stellar stuff indeed. Then he was just going quicker and quicker. Very, very impressive stuff indeed there from Dan, and also you mad bro as well. So 2 very good wet weather specialists then. Right then, so when is Brooksy going to go then? This is take 2 now then of our safety car here in the Cobalt. Car 91 is Brooksy in the AlphaTauri. He's been on pole position so far. Let's see what he can do then as he comes out of turn 21 then, as he has bunched them all up then, and we're going to be back racing that There's debris again. It's Irvine now. He's got an issue. He's got into the back of Duncan. We're back racing. Irvine's got some issues, and we're back racing here. And look at this, so Irvine, is it Irvine? Irvine, whoa, who's on the background now? That's one of the Renault cars. We got Duncan in the pits, and so I think that Duncan must have gone to Irvine. Yes, he must have gone into Irvine there when they was all slowing down. And Duncan is right at the back of the field then as well. So the highest placed driver to go in the pits is Cosmo. He's been in earlier on, and he's now on 5-lap old medium tires. The ZGS is on soft, so 4-lap old soft tires as well. So Dean feeling this could get very interesting indeed. And Picasso is alongside, and who is that? And Cosmo had a very scary moment there down the back straight, and he somehow he put in the wall, but somehow he did not damage the car beyond repair. So he was okay on that one. But goodness me, Cosmo then very lucky to still be in the Grand Prix. Duncan is still in the pits. He's just come out of the pits now. Oh goodness me, he's going to be very disappointed by that. Gals up to a very nice 7th position and we're on board with Picasso then in 8th position, and it's drama after drama in this Grand Prix, isn't it? So we're now going over the Anderson Bridge while Picasso kissing the inside wall there, but luckily it was just with the outside outside part of the tyre then, and there Cosmo then is struggling. Is he? How long is he going to stay out for? Is he going to have to go in the pits then? He's only done 5 laps on the medium tyre. Scooby Stew is now making his way through the field like a hot knife through butter. He is up into 13th position there. Cat's on look down the inside on the Raffles Boulevard as well. Picasso's now up past Gaz as well. Gaz dropping down the order then, but I don't think he's got any damage, Gaz, but he's just there, tickling along nicely. He's got a lot more older tyres then on than the rest of the drivers around him, and right here it's gone wide, but he somehow made it through there. We've had a lot of F1 drivers at the wall there over the past couple of years. Bruno Senna, I think, was one of them. Brooks had the fast lap of the race then, so hopefully we've had a first racing lap there for quite a long time now as well. So we're on lap 10 out of 31 here in this Grand Prix here in Singapore then as well, as Joseph is now, oh my goodness me, what was that? That's Dean. He's out of the Grand Prix. He's had a major incident now at the back of the field. He is ripped off the front right part of the car. He is out of the Grand Prix. He's having a nightmare. Right ears off as well. Both McLarens, like in Silver, have had a mare, haven't they? And they almost the same amount at the same time there. Right here in some issues as well. Bulky in the pits are just taking the drive-through penalty. Dean Phelan out of the race then, as oh goodness me, and what a shame there for Dean. Look, he's right in the middle of the track there. I think that he has got a very bright future, hasn't he? Dean Phelan has. He's an amazing driver, isn't he? Unfortunately, he had a 5-place grid penalty, and now he's out of the race there. In the McLaren there as well. So goodness gracious me then. So we've got 3 safety cars in the opening 10 laps here in Singapore. My word there. So is this the time then to box out, of course, as Mylander is parked on the exit of turn 3, and he is just waiting for his drivers, waiting for the drivers to be picked up as well. Liam said then Bert Merlander is going to be driving today for leading the most laps at the moment now. I gotta say, Bert Mylander then, if he wanted to have a restful day, this is probably the worst race to choose, really, wasn't it, for Bert Mylander? So he's going to, so he's really earning his paycheck as well, whatever that paycheck may be. I think that if it's like me and chocolate, I'm wondering if it might be sweeties. I would suggest the Starburst as well, lovely sweets. But I got to say, I hope he likes the green and none of the other colours. Right, so Brooksy, is he going to come in the pits then? He's feathering in. He's in the pits then. Yep, and all the frontline drivers are coming into the pits as well. Brooks has got low down. He has slowed down then. And yes, they're all in the pits as well. So the top 4 are in the pits then. There's Iron Knight's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pits there. Oh, goodness me. And look, there's a car park coming in the pits. ZGS is staying out on those soft tyres and oh, goodness me. Just take a look then. So Brooksy is out first then. Out to the drivers that come in the pits. And Iron Knight is in the pits as well as he is serving a penalty. Irvine in the pits as well. Then of course we've seen Irvine having a 5-second penalty as well. Hammer time also coming in the pits as well. Iron Knight is on the soft tyres. Gas is coming into the pits as well. Goodness me, then the Renault mechanics are just waiting to serve Liam D. Now they're serving Liam D. He is on the soft tyres. Righty then, who came with Cropper there out of turn 3. Look at him, he is focused and ready to get going again then. So is Cosmo as well. He is coming out of the pits and as the Red Bull mechanics go to work then. Bulky is in the pits and we're on board with Bulky, and he is now going to go into the hard tyres, and that should be able to get him to the end of the race then. And throwing on the from the hard tires bulk is he is focused and round to go. Oh, goodness me, he's gone. So yes, so we've got 19 cars and Dean out of the race, unfortunately. We just taken a quick look then. We got Becca saying ZGS's tires must be absolutely screaming then. So Sirius Mushroom has just said eyeliner, Liam. Oh, goodness me. So good gracious. I'm not, of course, if you like eyeliner, that's good stuff. I got to say, I wish I would wear eyeliner going to work then, because it would definitely hide my bags under my eyes, and I got to say, if I don't get more than 23 and a half hours of beauty sleep, goodness me, I do look like something out of Lord of the Rings. I think, is it Gollum or something like that? Or I was going to say the Grinch, but I'm not very green at the moment. But I'm definitely very yellow. Right then, Vinny is leading the Grand Prix, unbeknownst to me, actually, because I thought it was EGS that's leading the race. So it's Vinny. I keep saying Vinny, like I don't think it's Vinny Jones, is he? He is Winnie. Winnie currently is currently leading the Grand Prix. 10 laps on the hard tyre there, and he is in prime position there. Winnie is to get some major points for the Ferrari. Picasso in second position. He hasn't scored any points yet. ZGS then, as Becca said, on those second-hand soft tyres now. 6 laps on those soft tyres. Oh, goodness me. So good gracious me, indeed. That right then is Liam there. I think unfortunately, the reason why they're all, I think they're being very harsh in the comments tonight. Liam, I think accidentally spelled Bert Mylander wrong, and goodness me, they're all over him. Oh, goodness me. Don't worry about that. I don't even know how to spell Liam. Liam, I do know how to spell Liam. I think Bert Mylander, I don't know how to spell really, to be honest. But luckily, that's why I can just say what I think then, which is good stuff indeed. And I think it's a lot harder to write comments on YouTube, to be honest. That's why I just send emojis. Right. When he leads the Grand Prix. Let's take stock then. We're on lap 12. Bulky's got a 3-second penalty there. He's going to be kicking himself on that one. Let's take stock then. Winnie is leading the Grand Prix. This is the first time I think he's leading the Grand Prix in ALR then, so it's uncharted territory now. Picasso has not got a point yet, has he? But he's a quick customer. Third position is CGS then. Of course, Scooby Stew in fourth position. Good stuff indeed. Starbust, who was looking very doom and gloom a couple of laps ago. He's up in the fourth position there. No, fifth position I should say as well. And Joseph in sixth position. The driver's there first and third in the championship. Much better. Styles in seventh position as well. He's at the back of the queue, wasn't he? Now he's up to eighth position. Brooksy is the highest runner in eighth position now. He's just got to navigate through the traffic, but he's got to do it steady without damaging the car, but he's got to somehow do it quick enough to stay out of the clutches of you mad bro. That's going to be tricky. Irvine is back in contention as well in 10th position. Hammer time in 11th. Knight in 12th position on the soft tyres. Gals in 13th on the hard tyres. Duncan is in 14th. He's back in the session. You mad bro is left. Oh no! And he needs to get back in before the safety car comes in and releases those drivers. Kaz in 15th position. Liam D in 16th on soft tyres. Righty 17th. Cosmos 18th. Bulky in 19th. From retirement is Phelan making his debut, and unfortunately out of the question. Unfortunately out of the race as well then. As just watching, I think Sam didn't have a very good race yesterday, did he? I think that I think he's happy that he's going away from this. I think he's happy he's going away from Singapore, and we move on to Russia in a week's time. Then safety cars in the end of the lap. You my bro's back in, and let's see if he's back in the car as well. Let's have a quick plug then before we get back going. Then of course, then gold is going to be the 200th Grand Prix race in ALR. So good stuff indeed. Then of course we are going to be starting the gold stream on YouTube slightly earlier because of my not me. How could it be me? Because of the guy who's in charge of the standings completely made a meal of when Emerson won the championship. We're going to have a special couple of minute presentation with Emerson. Well, not presentation, just going to have a quick interview with Emerson. 5 minutes earlier than what we normally start on YouTube, just to have a chat then with the double world champion, really, as he was just to hear his thoughts and opinions as well, and what he's going to be aiming for the rest of the season as well, as he could be going for a lot of records in gold. We're back racing once again, and Winnie leads, and second position is Picasso, but Picasso's already all over him like a bad suit as we're going down to turn one. Then look at this, and we've got Joseph already past going past Starburst as well. Picasso's up, he takes the lead there. Now he's got to really sprint as well. Styles is off the circuit, and Styles has been wrong-footed majorly, and hammer time is is through as well. And what's going on here? Joseph has had some issues, and Starburst is dropping down the order. He hasn't damaged the car, I don't think, and it's getting fair. Oh, Starburst there, a lunge. Oh my goodness me, there's an accident in the background. And who is it? It's a Haas. It's a Haas of Gasser. It's absolute chaos here in ALR. Oh goodness me. And it's a Gasser who is Starburst, and it's the two Haas cars. Starburst went for a bit of an opportunist lunge there, and has caused some major issues. And now we're going into turn 8 as well. Accelerates to the way. Yellow flag in sector 2 is for one of the Haas cars as well. Righty on the outside, Cosmo on the inside. Then Duncan is being hung out to dry here, isn't he, in the Williams car? Duncan's got damage as well. Duncan's got major damage as well. Cosmo is is up in the top of this. They're trying to steam past Duncan as quickly as possible. I think Duncan's just trying to stay out of the way, isn't he, at the moment? And in action packed once again. And look at this, and it's all goodness me. And Liam's also passed as well. 3 drivers and major issues as well. As what a shame now for these drivers. It's not, and that's Iron Knight then, who's just was trying to go on the outside there of Hammer Time, and it's getting a bit oh my goodness me, what's going on here? Brooksy, oh my goodness me, you mad bro, he's trying to go on the outside. Oh my word, Brooksy's off. Brooksy is off there, and he's gone off there. It was getting a bit too tight there. Was it? Brooksy's stuck. He is stuck. Is he in trouble? He's in major trouble in the AlphaTauri car. He's trying to reverse and get himself back into the action there. Irvine's dropped down as well. Irvine is in the pits there. This is anarchy. This is drama. This is too much there for my little head to take here. Oh my word, Duncan's also got issues as well, and Liam's got a 3-second penalty. This is too much action for me. Oh my gosh, that is this is absolute anarchy here in Singapore. Just watching Cosmo at the moment. Everyone's in the pits. Duncan's got a penalty as well. Brooksy's also in the pits as well. And New Mad Bros now can do a third position there as he is flying through the field. That he has got past his teammate ZGS, and who's done 9 laps on these soft tyres. Oh no! And Joseph has and the ZGS there. Oh my word! They've just merged into one, going down into turn 7. Oh dear. And it's oh goodness me, Boki is over to 11th position now then. So Boki there is just taking his time now, getting himself through the field. This is exactly what you need to do, isn't it? This is oh goodness me, what about Joseph? Has he got damage there? He has got damage on the championship leader. This is it's a crucial race to navigate in the world championship, and unfortunately it is not looking too good on our championship protagonist as well, but it is looking good for you, Mad Bro. Once again, his consistency is really coming to the fore, isn't it, here in the Grand Prix? We're all coming up to half distance then, and goodness me, we still got 19 cars in the race somehow. Both Haas cars have really been and Stalls there is in major issues as well as he's coming on the pits on the soft tires there, and I think that the Haas cars will be hoping for another safety car of some kind then, but they might have to and they might have to just take their time here in this very dramatic Grand Prix. 14 laps around here. Goodness me! I gotta say is that DRS has not been enabled. I don't think have we had DRS enabled yet in this Grand Prix. Well, we have now. Oh, Iron Knight's got a 3-second penalty there for getting for cutting the finals out, for cutting the second to last turn. And now then Hammer Time, he's got no DRS yet. And he's up the inside. He passes Scooby Stew. Job done. And what about Iron Knight? Then nope, the door was firmly shut on his toes there from the Mercedes driver. Then he has gone wide though. He's getting a bit squarely out of turn 2 and 3. So Iron Knight is up the inside. No, he isn't. It's those soft tires didn't give him the grunt that he needed. What did he want? I have no idea. The acceleration there is now. You mad bro? Someone's in second position. This is looking very. Oh, you mad bro? Getting a bit snaky down. So Winnie's having a look then, but I think Winnie is going to be very happy at this. He's up in the 3rd position now, doing a great job for the Ferrari. Absolutely amazing stuff indeed. Then. You got Duncan there. He's got a 3-second penalty as well. The penalty is starting to rack up there. There might be some drivers that are getting a bit frustrated then, as there has been a lot of incidents here tonight. Some of it probably the drivers might look back on and think that they possibly should have avoided 1 or 2 of them perhaps. It is a tough circuit. It is a tough circuit, isn't it, around here? It is very tough indeed, and it's very narrow in some places, very difficult to overtake that. But of course I feel that sometimes you may sometimes taking your time is a good thing then, because good things come to those who wait. Is that what Guinness used to say or something like that then? Of course, so I think that's what, wasn't it the Guinness advert perhaps? I do not know. On board then with Hammer Time, and Oh, Josie's off and in the wall, and he's gone straight off and in the wall there. Joseph has there. Oh my word, there. I think that was just a lack of concentration, perhaps. Then, or did he? I don't think he had a nudge. Did he? Because he was on board with him. I think he's just gone straight off. Picasso's in the pits there after 10 laps on the medium tires there, so he's going to throw on the hard tires now and probably go to the end then. As Bulky is, he's just got to take his time. Bulky outside. Oh yes, because of course he's now going to be in the points here. So good race indeed from Bulky. He's already been in the pits as well. He doesn't need to come back in, Bulky. So this is a good performance. Same for Liam D as well. He is on the soft tires, so Liam D is, and Righty and Cosmo and Kaz as well. Those are free tires, so be very happy for that. Liam D has gone very deep there as well. ZGS there has done 11 laps on the soft tires. Irvine is flying now. He is outside the fast lap of the race. Hammer Time is got past. Oh no, is it? Iron Knight's got past. Oh yes, and he's in the wall. And yes, turn on the front, getting the grunt down too much there. He's off. He has damaged the car as well, so Iron Knight's going to have to come in the pits and throw on the I wonder if we might throw on the hard tires now until the end of the Grand Prix. As oh goodness, we got a virtual safety car in this race, and hopefully, I think we might have to have 5 minutes just to lay down here, won't we? I think that just take a deep breath, have a word with yourself, ladies and gentlemen, and then get back on it. As I gotta say, it has been a very it's been very entertaining race, doesn't it? Say least. The arse has been enabled, so we're back racing once again. Lovely, the helicam shot then, and Whitty is now dropped down into third position because the Hammer Time is actually using the Hammer Time, and he is up into second position now. And him and you, Mad Bro, that's going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? Scooby Stew having a great race, isn't he, on the medium tires? He may have to come into the pits in a not too distant future, but still he will have fresher tires toward the end of the race. I'm wondering when Winnie's going to come in the pits as well, because he'll have 15 laps on those hard tires. We'll see we'll see how this one plays out then in the not too end then as well. So just now on board with Righty, we've got Bulky, who's now up into a very strong 8th position now for Bulky. He will not have to come in the pits, nor will Righty, nor will Cosmo, and nor will KZ. Keep an eye on those drivers, because these drivers here are having an absolutely magnificent Grand Prix, and good stuff indeed. Hats off to all of them there, as they may have had a difficult start, but now they are starting to really get the rub of the green. They're really starting to put their head down and start to really put some laps in as well. As ZGS are on a couple of issues, and he's in the pits. He's done 11 laps on the soft tires, which I've got to say, that's an absolute mammoth for really good stuff indeed. Picasso's back into 11th position as well. Irvine is trying to come back through the field. That he is now back up into 10th position on the medium tires. And how long is those medium tires going to last? So Williams from Canning City primed and ready to go then. 5-second penalty then for Iron Knight. Then so they were just waiting for the he's got a 3-second penalty as well. Then Iron Knight then is Duncan is back in the 13th position. Then is Iron Knight is coming out of the pits now. ZGS there is also on the medium tires till the end of the race then. So we got the two Haas cars unfortunately cut adrift then. They haven't got any points yet in the constructors either. Haas haven't then. So this is not what they would have wanted in this Grand Prix tonight. Is unfortunately it didn't go too well, did it? As we're on board now then, and we're on board now with Scooby Stew then, who is really starting to put the squeeze now on Winnie, isn't he? And this is the battle for the podium then, but I think Scooby Stew will need to come in the pits then, and so will Winnie later on in this race as well, as Cosmo is all over the back of Kaz. No, he's alongside. Oh goodness me, oh my word, then is Cosmo okay? I think he is, but he may not be too happy with Kaz and the big old squeeze there, as oh my word, there's a chop me mop then, as they go over me brow. Kaz said, who's been a bit robust then down in turn 13. Oh my word, there Kaz though is really under the caution now though, isn't he, with Righty and Cosmo really putting the squeeze on the Ferrari driver. Both Ferraris are in that third and fifth bed. It's a good old payday then for the Ferrari team. Lovely stuff indeed. But now Righty then, Kaz is now just found his form again, and let's see if he can just pull away then for Righty and Cosmo. Does he have the pace though? It'll be the question that we need to be answering. And ZGS and it's having a look. No, listen, it's the other way around. It's Iron Knight having a look on ZGS, and he threw and up into 16th position now. Liam D is in the pits, and so he's in the pits there as he's damaged the end plate. He's damaged the nose cone now. He needs to come in the pits anyway, so now hopefully he can have a clean race then until the end of the Grand Prix. Joseph Ben, who is still in 11th position, and all the trials and tribulations and for some of these drivers, and they're out of the points at the moment. There's a lot of the big names that are out of the points, the likes of Joseph, Duncan, Brooksy, and Starburst and Iron Knight. Yes, a lot of those names that were like this, possibly that we would expect to score points. They're currently on the back foot at the moment, and then we're having and then it's the likes of Bulky Volcano, Cosmo, Righty, and Kaz, Scooby, Stu, and Winnie are having a great drive at the moment. They're all those drivers are having a magnificent drive. Can they keep in this one and get some points? And there's now Brooksy's on the inside. No, yes, he's on the outside there, and yes, I'm putting the power down quite gently there. And so now, can we have a clean rub of the green? Now we've only had one retirement so far in this action-packed Grand Prix. I think the teams have really beefed up their defenses on these cars, haven't they? Oh my word! They are very much they are doing a very good job there. The cars are not to be damaged beyond repair. Fantastic stuff indeed. There, Duncan is now Scooby Stew's got a penalty there. Oh goodness me, is that going to be costly then? At the moment, he will not lose a position because he's 4 seconds in front. Now Winnie has gone into the pit then, so Winnie taking a very late. Looks like, unless he went a bit wide there. And look at Kaz, and Kaz is very much there, really putting squeeze on here, isn't he? Look, there's Bulk in the background as well. Then. Good stuff indeed there. As Cosmo is 3/10 of a second back at the moment as he's just dropped back. Right, he's gone a bit wide and he's gone the curb set. As Cosmo is just feathering the throttle down as well. Picasso up into 9th position in the Mercedes. Love the helmet out from Picasso, by the way. Lovely stuff indeed. Winnie is coming out then in 10th position. As he going to go in front of Joseph. There is the Ferrari. Here is Joseph, and yes, then. So you can see that Joseph will be very much rubbing his hands out because he potentially could. I think that something needs to happen there if he wants to keep the championship lead then. But I think all points will be crucial in this championship then. Remember, this is a shortened season and we only got 11 rounds in this race. We're on in this championship. We're on round 5. We'll be on round 6 next week then, which means we'll be over the halfway stage of the World Championship with you, Mad Bro, currently leading the standings. That's a lot, but that because in the beginning of the race it was Joseph. Now it's you, Mad Bro, who's got everything but the race win. He is on lap 19 out of 31 and he can go to the end of the race on those hard tires as well. So we'll see how that plays out there. Everyone has just got past you, Bulky, and Bulky jumped down to 8th position now, but this is still 4 valuable points there for the AlphaTauri and Bulky itself. So yes, he's still very much in the thick of things, isn't he? As we're just now on board then with Cosmo then. I've got to say, Kaz is doing an amazing defensive job this way here, isn't he? Great stuff indeed then of very much keeping Righty and Cosmo at bay and doing a absolutely phenomenal job. Kaz is in the front, and hats off to you, good sir. Brilliant stuff, Ben. But Righty there would like to get past sooner rather than later here as into the pits there comes Scooby Stew, and he has done 15 laps on the medium tires. I think he might be able to, he's gone to the hard tires. I was wondering if he might be able to go into the medium tires once again as oh my goodness me, and now this is a battle for the podium here. Remember, none of these drivers need to go in the pits, and Irvine's on the medium tyre, so he will have a tyre advantage then for the remainder of this Grand Prix of 11 laps to go. Those hard medium tyres go get to the end of the race, and they should get to the end of the race. We've also got Duncan and Brooksy still fighting away, but Brooksy's in the pits again there. Oh, Brooksy is having a nightmare Grand Prix in the AlphaTauri. You see the pole sitter. Cosmo's got a bit of damage as well. He's also got a 3-second penalty for running wide then, and Kaz has got no penalties at all. It's going to be that could get him a podium here then. Good stuff indeed there for Kaz. Good stuff. I know Joseph Ferris on the inside of Winnie. Then they're very spread out now, aren't they? As this race has now had no safety cars in the last couple of laps, and we have now very much got on with the racing. As Joseph has had some issues there, and Kaz has just been overtaken as well. Has he? Oh, right, he's gone off there. He's gone right off there. I didn't even know where he is then. And he has spinned around then. And righty, I think he must have, went for all of it. And he just threw it against the wall. Unfortunately, he's gone into the wall and he has damaged the car. And righty, that is a crucial mistake then in the World Championship for the McLaren team. And I feel that he would have got some major points with that. But, oh dear then. And Picasso is all over the back of Bulky. Bulky is now up into a fantastic 6th position there. Good stuff indeed there. Irvine is now up into 5th position there. Magnificent drive here. There's a 17-second gap between Hammer Time and Kaz in 2nd and 3rd position there. So the front two, I think, might be a bit out of reach now for the drivers, and they're coming back through the field there. Cosmo is fighting. He's not giving up this one, is he? Oh my goodness me! Oh, he's got around there, and yeah, so Irvine on the outside there, and Cosmo tried to hang it in there, and unfortunately, he ain't gonna lose position, or is he gonna lose position there? I don't think. Oh, he is gonna lose lose position there because I think that, Bogey's going, oh goodness me, Bogey, and look, we got Picasso, we got 3 right then, and one of them's a ghost. Oh my goodness gracious me, this is getting very interesting indeed, isn't it? Now we're coming down the backside as well. Bogey's got no DRS, so as Irvine's got past Kaz, he's moved out of position, and we got Bogey on the outside, we got Cosmo on the inside, we got Irvine, Picasso there as well, and Picasso then is would like to get past these drivers. Oh my goodness me, and and yellow flag then is we got Brooksy who's off then, is he? I think Brooksy's off there, and Cosmo's had some issues there, and Picasso taking evasive action, and Picasso is now up into 6th position and passes the Red Bull up into 7th position there, 6th position there. Cosmo dropping down 7th then, he's got damage then, is that yellow flag then. Brooksy's out of the Grand Prix, what a shame there for Brooksy, and that's his 2nd retirement of his career in ALR, what a shame there. And look at Belkey, he's now up into 5th position as well, but Picasso is coming at him there, right old rate of knots, and there's Winnie in the background, he is on the fresh medium rubber as well, in the Ferrari then, so there's a lot of positions to be gained here for the Ferrari team. Oh my word, Dad. As just on board now with Picasso. So Irvine has now got Star's got 3-second penalty. Irvine has now got a bit of clear out, and he's just got to keep his nose clean and get a podium here for Irvine, which will give him an extra. I think I'll put him on 50 points if I'm not very much mistaken in the World Championship. So yes, so I think everyone will be very happy about that one, and I think he's done a very good recovery drive as well. Is that Cosmo? I think he's limping in the pits. He is indeed. What a shame there for Cosmo. As look, oh my goodness me, and there are very defensive there, yellow flagging free, and look at this, it's a wheel to wheel, there's banging wheels and Jens, look at this, and Picasso's gone wide then, and Bulky is still in 5th position there. My word there, Bulky really wants to keep this position, doesn't he, as there's a yellow flag somewhere else and into the start finish straight as well, but I think it's all good now, as Picasso there opening and shutting the rear wing, then he's all over the back of Bulky. They're now 8 seconds away from Kaz, and then Kaz are just walking away and as these two are just really locking horns there. My word there, it is a very animated in this battle, isn't it? Starbus in the pits as well. He's on the soft tires, and Cosmo coming on the pits down in 13th position now. Aaron Knight is on the fringes of the points then in the Williams, and Duncan is in the points there, right behind Scooby Stew as well, who's on the hard tire until the end of the Grand Prix as well. 18 cars left, and Brooks out of the Grand Prix, feeling out of the Grand Prix as well, as just on board then. And as Brooksy there, unfortunately, is not too happy then, he's come to blows then twice then by the looks of the comments. So that's a shame there for Brooksy, as of course he was on pole position, wasn't he, for the Grand Prix. Had a great qualifying performance, snatched it there, snatched it in qualifying 3, mega lap then. Unfortunately though, he has out of the Grand Prix, so that is such a shame now, isn't it? There is a yellow flag in at 2. I think it's just one of the Haas cars getting out of the way as well. Look at how much time Winnie has gained there on these two battling away. Kaz is still 8 seconds up the road as well, but Winnie is very much on the ascendancy, as is Joseph as well. Remember, Joseph is a championship contender in this World Championship, as we're coming into just approaching half distance at the end of this Grand Prix approximately. Now the final turn, and I think that Picasso needs to get the job done quite quickly, doesn't he? Because I think that because look, Winnie is very much right underneath the rear wing now of the Mercedes driver, and so that is not what Picasso wants. He needs to get free, he needs to get past, doesn't he, and really make hay, because I think that Kaz might be there for the taking, with judging from Picasso's pace then, but I think that the time is just ebbing away from him now, isn't it? And I think Kaz is doing an absolutely splendid job out there. This will be his best performance of his career in ALR thus far. Now Picasso on the outside, he passes Bulky, he is up into 6th position now. Bulky dropping down, so Bulky's got damage though, and now Winnie there is going to be all over the back of the AlphaTauri as well, and you see this. So I think that Picasso then has got the job done. Joseph is now right behind as well, Duncan and Scooby Stew. Bulky there is just run wide there, and Winnie there just giving him a bit of a nudge there as he got past. Well, Bulky dropping down to 8th position now, and but can he? Is he going to be able to stay, or is he going to come in the pits and with just 8 laps to go? What a shame for Bulky, but there's still going to be points on the offer, and depending on how he plays this one now. Here comes Joseph then, who is also had a very trying Grand Prix as well, but hats off then to still be in this one. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Carbo just said Kaz doing well. Kaz is doing absolutely extremely well, isn't he? But he's lost a lot of time somewhere, Kaz has. Unfortunately, Picasso is going to be very much all over his rear wing now for Kaz, and Picasso aiming for his first points of his career in ALR. Good stuff indeed there from Picasso. Kaz I'm wondering if Kaz got any defence there with Picasso on the younger hard tires, and Winnie on the very younger medium tires as well. 18 cars left in the race, and Bulky really struggling, isn't he? And let's see, as he is staying out, though, he's doing a lot of harvesting as well then, because he's going to be harvested down this straight and also down the back straight as well. And here comes Joseph. He's got damage to that racing point base alongside Bulky. He passes Bulky, but Bulky is not giving up there, is he? Oh, goodness me, they're banging wheels, and these two drivers are, oh my word. And now as they accelerated out of turn 3, then is a Bulky is very robust in the defending yellow flag. Cosmo is out of the Grand Prix. What a shame now for Cosmo. And what is going on there? It's Picasso who is very much alongside the Ferrari, but he can't get past. Oh my goodness me. And look, he's on the outside. He passes Cars. He is through. And Winnie is also through as well. He is through as well. Joseph is through. And up into 7th position. Bulky dropping down to 8th. Cars is dropping down to 5th position. Look at this. Winnie is flying. He is past Picasso. Is he going into the Singapore sling? Oh my goodness me. Which is not the sling anymore. Oh, it's going to tighten up here. There's going to be, oh my word. And how have they made it through there? And look at now, we got Cars back in the action as well. Oh my goodness me. And look at this. Oh gosh, that door is going to close. He's giving him a good old boost there, isn't he? Coming on the outside bridge. The Ferraris are almost coming to blows as well. Joseph is not too far back. Less than 2 seconds away now from the battling Ferrari or Mercedes there. And there he is in the background there. Winnie almost had it there, but Winnie's tires, I'm wondering if they're a bit too hot now. I think they're screaming hot, aren't they? Bulky has now got to defend against the Williams of Duncan, Scooby Stew, and Iron Knight are also in the facility as well, as Bulky, with the damage to the wing there, is starting to drop down. Unfortunately, it's a bit of free falling now for the AlphaTauri driver, which is such a shame, isn't it? And which is such a shame as well, as it's seriously saying Kaz is doing a great job. It's getting a bit rough now, though, for Kaz. It is indeed, isn't it? Yellow flags, and the ZGS has retired, and into the pits there comes Picasso. Picasso in the pits, and with just 6 laps to go. Oh, goodness me. What a shame there for Kaz, for Picasso. Bulky is hanging out there, but look at these cars, and he is now being swamped then. It's Dr. Williams is up the inside. He is past Duncan, and he's got him in the 7th position. Duncan has. What about Scooby Stew? Oh, my goodness me. As that door is always going to be closed. But look, right. It's the Williams of Iron Knight that he is through. Iron Knight is through and up into 9th position there. And now then, Iron Knight then, of course, these guys, a bunch of these guys have got the penalty. Well, Picasso is on the soft tyres now. Those soft tyres should last until the end. And ZGS out of the Grand Prix as well, as there's yellow flag still fluttering where ZGS's car's off. And now some Mercedes are coming through as well. Scooby Stew. Oh no. And Scooby Stew threw it on the inside into turn 7. That didn't work there. And he's spilling around there. But oh goodness me. And there's more damage on Bulky's car now. He is running wide then, and the Williams is up the inside. Iron Knight is through, and Bulky there is losing. Has got not many pieces left on that front wing, is it? Goodness me. He's setting a new trend now for the AlphaTauri team. And as we're on board now with Scooby Stew, as Scooby Stew is now less than 5 seconds back, and Jose has got Duncan's got past Jose, and oh goodness me, Jose's not getting out those. Oh my word, he's going up the inside into turn 15. No dice, and Duncan still keeps the lead. Where is he? He's 6th position, isn't he? He is 6th position there. As I need to get a grip there. I think some of these drivers probably would love to have more grip as well, wouldn't they? Irvine is now in a very lonely 3rd position there, but I think he'd be happy with that, wouldn't he? Given the trials and tribulations some of these drivers have had tonight. Goodness me, it's been like a bush to a trial, hasn't it? Sometimes, in some instances, hasn't it? I think that's not very on the subject, is it? Really, because I think celebrity is usually Christmas time, but there we go. But hopefully, I do look forward to the. As Kaz there is up into 6th position now. No, he's down to 6th position, I should say then, because Josie's all over the back of his side. Kaz has gone wide then. Oh goodness me, he has skated off into turn 3, turn 2, turn 3 then. Picasso then could definitely feel that there's a wind of change blowing in his direction, and that is 6th position he feels that. But I don't think Kaz is going to be just letting him go by, is he? And we're down the back straight as well. Kaz is we got a Renault off as well. There's a Renault off. Kaz has dropped down to 7th position then. Kaz there is oh my word then, I am grimacing every time we go into turn 7 in the moment. Oh my goodness me, he's going on the outside. Magnificent there. Oh, that's amazing stuff there from Kaz there. Really elbows out. Magnificent. Might overtake. Oh no, and now Kaz has gone wide there, and he's dropped down into 7th position there. But oh no, that's not going to go well. Oh my goodness me, he's half spun it there, Kaz has. Oh goodness me, had a great day. That was a great bit of race. Oh, he's gone into the wall. He couldn't select rear reverse there. there for Kaz. Oh, goodness me. Is he damaged the car? Oh, yes, there's play off there. Oh, Kaz there. Oh, my word. And Kaz, who's having an absolutely outstanding drive for the Ferrari team, has damaged the car. He's got Picasso on soft tyres behind him as well. He is now only 4 seconds back. What a shame What a shame for Kaz then. Having an absolutely brilliant, outstanding drive. No penalties at all then. And keeping it very much... Picasso is off the circuit. He's out of the Grand Prix. And Picasso there is overshot over the Anderson Bridge. He has gone off and he is out then. And oh my goodness me. Oh, there's debris all over the circuit. Picasso's out of the Grand Prix on lap 27. He could have been on course for some points as well. Starbus then might be able to get some points as well. Irvine coming out of the pits as well. Winnie is back up in the third position for the Ferrari. Wow, magnificent performance there from Winnie and doing a good job there. Irvine's come out just in front of Duncan then, so Irvine now is going to have to put his toe down his knee and just get out and just stay in front of Duncan then, because he doesn't want to be involved in any more scrapping, I don't think, for the remainder of this race. That it has been very brutal on all the drivers that have had a it has been absolutely oh goodness me, they've been an absolute all-out battle here tonight. Oh my word, that they're going to be wearing these race scars for a couple of weeks, I would say, after this one. Oh my word, that Bulky is back up into 10th position, and so good 17th there from Bulky. He's on the soft tyres now. Let's see then, can Bulky get a point then for his efforts here tonight? Because I think he's had a good drive, hasn't he? Liam D is out of the Grand Prix as well. What's going on here then? Oh my goodness me. Yes, it's Liam has gone off at the Anderson Bridge, and they're dropping like flies now, aren't they? And Joseph now is going to Duncan's off there. Duncan has gone wide then. I wonder if he was wrong foot then by the Renault driver. And look at this as he's fighting. Joseph is on the inside. No, not quite then. And Iron Knight there's going on the outside as well. The Haas car is being lapped then in the background. I'm thinking that might be Styles, I believe. And so unfortunately Styles had a bit of a nightmare race, but hats off to him for keeping going. Good stuff indeed there for the Haas car. We're now Joseph now in 6th position. He's doing a good job, Joseph is to really to make sure he's not losing too many points in the championship as well. Starburst is, so this is a major blow for Starburst. He was in the top 3. I think he might be dropping out of the top 3 at the end of this one, unfortunately. Yellow flag in 2 is one. The Renaults is off again. It's Starburst this time. He's damaged the plate. He's damaged the whole wing now, Starburst is. He's going to be absolutely furious that Irvine's got past Winnie. Winnie dropping down to 4th position. This is an expert drive from Winnie tonight. He is my personal driver today. Joseph is through. And look, Duncan's dropping down the orders. Duncan had some issues there. He's on the 13-lap on medium tyres. And his teammates got past as well. Joseph up to 5th position. Iron Knight has moved himself back up into 6th. There's Scuba Stew in the background. And now is Iron Knight then. He's gaining on Joseph, but he's not quite there yet. Both Williams are now 6th and 7th in the Grand Prix, but that is without the penalties as well. Oh my word. Ooh. As Becca says, how has there not been a safety car? As Liam has said that the safety as Bert Mylander has gone home. So he's probably had enough bet. And also it's 1-1 between with Man City as well, as Man City are in the Champions League tonight, aren't they? But of course, because Liverpool are out of the cup, it's just a Mickey Mouse Cup now, isn't it? As cool, because they're out. I think they're playing Paris Saint-Germain, aren't they? I got to say, there's some pretty good ties in the football, isn't it? But of course, it's not as good as the ALR tie tonight, isn't it? Oh my word! I got to say, this has definitely been. I think that we also see Mayweather in the comments as well. I don't think it was actually Floyd Mayweather, perhaps, but it does feel like we've gone 12 rounds of boxing tonight, don't we? My word! Duncan is really struggling. I can't see damage on the car itself, but he's really limping home now, isn't he? Starburst in the pits, they're thrown on the soft tires. Yellow flag is fluttering around somewhere. It's one of the Haas cars who is come a cropper. It is Styles there having a couple of issues again. Then I think he's doing a great job to keep going. Then it's very difficult, isn't it? It's a long, hard, grueling Grand Prix, isn't it? Starburst out of the race then, and it's a car. I think his car is somewhere. Oh, how's he done that? Goodness me, his car is moving now. I think that he must have... it's the McLaren of Righty almost in the wall. And somehow came out there. And look, there is Scooby Stew. That's Righty's next target. Righty's recovered very nicely to put himself back up into 9th position then, as Joseph has dropped down into 6th position. Down to 13 cars in this race, and we're on lap 29 out of 31 then. You Mad Bro is still leading the race, and this will be his first Grand Prix win of his career in Cobalt. A magnificent, I gotta say, an absolutely incredible race there. Hammer Time in a strong second position there. He's gonna be very happy with that. Hammer Time is, and this will be Hammer Time's second ever podium in his career. It's a good stuff indeed. Irvine also back on the podium as well. This will also be Hammer Time's this also be Hammer Time's second this will also be Irvine's second podium as well then. So good stuff indeed there from those three drivers there. Winnie is my personal driver of the day today. Absolutely magnificent stuff indeed then. But let's talk about the position then. You know, Winnie's gone at 12 positions, so he will be driver of the day as well. So yeah, I do not disagree with that whatsoever. But it's not about the position changes as well. It's about how Winnie has stayed out of trouble whilst everyone else seems to have found trouble, or trouble's been following them in this race then. But good stuff indeed there from Winnie. Brilliant stuff. And he's got a 3 second deficit between himself and Iron Knight with just 2 laps to go. Then can he stay in 5th position? Iron Knight does have a penalty, so keep an eye on that one then. Let's take a look at the penalty, shall we, as we're coming into the final stage then. 3 second penalty for Iron Knight. So Iron Knight's got past Winnie and get 3 seconds up the road then. 8 seconds for Duncan, 3 seconds for Scooby Stew, 3 seconds for Righty, 6 seconds for Bulky as well. Those are the top 10 with the penalties. Then Star's also got a penalty down in 13th position then. And Renault there might get a 3-point deduction now for Starburst retiring on circuit then, but it does depend on the transgressions and all that kind of jazz. But keep an eye on that, as you'll probably hear off of the stewards at the end of the race then. As Righty is all over the back of Scooby Stew. He is going for a late one up the inside there. My word there. And Scooby Stew, I've got to say, right call, Scooby Stew and me unaware of that, but Scooby Stew repelled it very nicely indeed, didn't he? And he is still in 8th for this now, Scooby Stew is, and it can now Scooby Stew. Oh goodness me, he's going a bit wide there in turn 9 then. But I think Scooby Stew just needs to keep his head then, and a job should be a good one, shouldn't it? In the Mercedes then for Scooby Stew. There's been a there's a star bust. There's a left the session now. Retirements and Dean out of the race, and a huge smash there for Righty's teammate. Oh, he's in the wall almost there. Righty was feeling there, and a huge smash at the end of the race as well. As we got Curly saying, go on Righty then. We've also got Star's got 3 second penalty. We also lost Brooksy as well, and then Brooksy, who was having a very challenging race here. He's been involved in a couple of incidents. Brooksy has tonight then. Oh goodness me, Righty is getting a bit out of shape there, isn't he? Brooksy, unfortunately, trouble was when the drive, so it seems to be following. Unfortunately, we got Cosmo out of the race as well. ZGS gone, Liam gone, Picasso so close to the points then out of the race as well. He's quick, isn't he, Picasso? He just can't get to the end then. And Starburst is going to be losing third in that championship as well, and so he's going to be a bit disappointed with that one. And they're now catching on Duncan with just 1 lap to go. Scooby Stew is. He's really. Oh no! And Righty is off the circuit. Oh my goodness me! He has damaged the car, and oh my word, there's a lot of damage as well for the Ferrari. I am absolutely devastated for the Ferrari driver. He was having a magnificent race. He is limping home now in 6th position. This would have been his best result of his career for ALR, and I am absolutely devastated. Here comes you Mad Bro. He is going to win the Singapore Grand Prix. That's his first Grand Prix win of his career in ALR, and it is a very crucial way as well. That takes him to the top of the World Championship, and he is going to be absolutely beside himself as well. He's been on the podium there, and now he has won the race as well. He is keeping up that consistency. That's why he's in the championship, and a good drive indeed there. Bulky has just missed out on the 10th position there by a fraction. Oh, he's damaged the wing. That's why, unfortunately, Righty will still get some points, though, because everyone else has been lapped behind him then. So Ferrari still got 2 cars in the points. But what could have been? Oh, what a shame then for Righty on board. And Scooby Stew there. I thought he almost overshot the corner there. And Righty is going to be very intrigued on that one, isn't he? Because look at him, he is now right underneath the gearbox of the Mercedes car. We have got Irvine coming through in 3rd position there. Good stuff. Iron Knight's in 4th and with Joseph in 5th. Iron Knight's got 3 second penalty. He's a 10th per second. It's less than that. And Joseph's put on a spurt now. And look at this, how his Duncan is fighting, he's fighting, isn't he? He is not giving up. Then Scooby Stew's having a look there, but no dice. Righty's on the inside, he's on the outside, but no, it's not going to be the case at all. And look, oh no, and oh my goodness me, oh, he's dived on the inside. I'm not sure if that's legit or not. And Righty in 6th position. Scooby Stew's Duncan may not be too pleased with that then. He is down in 8th position there. Righty is going 6th in the end, and my word then. Whew. Driver of the day was Righty, and it was. I think that I can't say Righty does deserve, but I think that Winnie also deserves it as well. I think Winnie had a great drive. That was absolutely incredible then. But there he is, you mad bro. He's on top of the podium. He is also now on top of the World Championship indeed. Then so good stuff indeed there from. He's good. That's good stuff indeed there from you mad bro. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. Hammer time back on the podium as well, and in third position is Irvine. Good stuff indeed then from those three drivers then, and I'll go say it was a brutal old race there, and there was drama after drama, action after action, excitement after excitement, wasn't it? Let's take a final look at the classification, shall we, from the Grand Prix here in Singapore. 3 safety cars, a couple of virtual safety cars, I've lost count. Let's go through the order. So almost an hour long that race was, so I think I've deserved my cup of tea now. You mad bro, his first Grand Prix win of his career, magnificent stuff indeed. He also leads the World Championship. Hammer time in second there, great performance there from Hammer time from 14th to second. Third position was Irvine, a great recovery drive after it all went completely P-tong, didn't have it through. Joseph, great recovery drive as well, up into 5th as well. Good stuff for the Racing Point team. R9 in 6th position there. 7th is Righty there, who I got to say, would be very happy with that. Scooby Stew got sneaking past Duncan in the last part of the race there. Winnie in 8th, 9th is Duncan, 10th is Kaz. Bulky just outside the points 7. Gaz in 12th position. Stars in 13th. Retirements is Starbus. Picasso got fast as that. No, Starbus got fast as that. Liam, ZGS, Cosmo, Brooksy, and Dean Phelan, all unfortunately retired from the Grand Prix. Right, and I'm in the podium now. We've actually got some interviews this week as Ayrton has managed to collar the drivers, and good stuff indeed. I think that you mad bro. I did catch him popping in. I think you mad bro. You're in here. Well, I may have caught. Oh goodness me.